Hello, JD. We're on time. Are
No
you
one
on
else
time?
can hear us.
Are you here? Yeah, we are beaming directly into your brain today.
The sounds. Yes.
The sounds. Anyway, hello everyone. How are we all doing? We are here. We're on time. Yeah. I just got around to 2 o'clock and I was or like 1:45, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do any more work. I'm just going to close up, and we'll have like an hour to get ready for the show, and like be here on time and stuff. Not on 30 FPS. Well, you can just downscale. You can click on that little cog in the bottom right and select like 720p 30 or something like that. I think.
Probably not.
Can't you?
Probably the only 30 FPS or the highest resolution 30 FPS option will be 480p.
Yeah.
As far as I understand.
True. Oh no, there's no sugar in this. I'm leaving.
Okay, goodbye. Nice knowing you. Thanks for coming, I guess. Your presence was appreciated. It is no longer. Yeah, stream over, guys. Bye. Going home. No sugar. See, now would be a good time to insert adverts.
In the first couple of minutes. Well, actually, this stream today is brought to you by Raid Shady Legends.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, today, this stream brought to you by Fortnum & Masons.
Yes, yes. For a minute, I was like, who's that? I was like, oh, yeah, it's the coffee shop. Yeah, okay. Anyway, hello, everyone. How are we all doing?
Don't worry.
Is it not a coffee shop?
No.
Well, it is a brand of coffee, I assume.
No.
I don't know who it is.
It's a very upmarket departmental store.
I see.
In London.
Okay. But they probably sell coffee and coffee accessories.
They do,
yeah.
But they are a very upmarket departmental store and would be sold short for you describing them simply as a coffee retailer.
I see, yes.
They're the place you go to buy the £35,000 model Jeep for your 5-year-old son.
I see. Very well. The location for the next hit boy lost in department store on Christmas Eve TV movie.
You have the toy.
So we've got these Enermax. Things. Mike Vision's Graham, sugar in tea or coffee, that's a no-no. I only have the one, but I'm sorry, I can't go no sugar. I don't. Yeah, no, I need a bit of sugar just to take the edge off.
Anyway,
in the name of love. Although I tell you what, I've been doing recently with my coffee is when I'm making coffee,
drinking it hot.
Shut. I'm trying to tell a story. Shut up. When I'm making coffee in a cafetiere, as I do at home, after it's brewed, before you plunge it, you get the spoon and you just scoop the foam off the top, and then you plunge it. Makes it taste way better. It makes a massive difference. I was a bit skeptical. I thought, oh, this is some esoteric nonsense, but I tried it, and legitimately, it's a lot smoother, and it just takes off all like the bitterance and the acidic bits are in that froth at the top, and if you scoop that off, you get a way better coffee.
Next, you'll be telling me you brew your coffee standing only in one particular direction.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So,
I'm sorry, I can't drink this tea. It uses water from too far north.
Buxton, what is this? You know. All right. Very well. Liquid sweetener for the win. Yeah, I guess, you know, like honey or something like that.
I mean, isn't sugar a liquid sweetener? When dissolved, it sweetens liquids.
Hello, Trev. How you doing? Trev, I've been drinking those coffee bags. I quite like them. I think they're all right. So, yes, brew your coffee when Jupiter is aligned with Saturn. Absolutely. Right. Hi from Sweden. Hello, Anders. How you doing? And hello, everyone else who's here as well. I'm not going to go through the entire list because there are many much, all of you.
there were 175, 430.
So we've got these Enermax coolers. So these are the Enermax LIQ Tech 2 all-in-ones. They're designed for Threadrippers. They've got massive honking cold plates on them.
LIQ Tech?
LIQ Tech.
Yes.
Is this like LIQ Sportif or something like that?
I don't know. Yeah, it depends. Is Enermax French?
I don't know. Where's Enermax from? Does anyone know? Leak Tech, says Spud Nugget.
Leak Tech.
I don't know why I needed to say Leak Tech. You have to say it specifically like that from here point onwards.
You now sound like the dodgy voiceover from late 90s first-person shooters. Commander.
The Leak Tech is on the train boarded for
headed for Switzerland.
This is nonsense. This is a nonsense stream. Leak technology. Anyway, we've got the Enermax coolers, and these are the ones. Yeah, these are the ones that are infamous for clogging up with gunge and failing. And we've got 4 failed ones here, courtesy of Spud Nugget. Might be Germany actually. I see. Netherlands, Germany, they're about the same. Enermax Taiwan, apparently, don't know. Designed in Europe, made in Taiwan. Who knows? Anyway, we've got 4 broken ones, and we're going to take them apart, and we're going to have a look at what's inside. We don't really know what our goal here is. This might just be a post-mortem. I think what we were kind of thinking of is we were like, if we drained the fluid out of these, like maybe flush it and then clean up the cold plate and refill it, do you end up with a working cooler? I think that's kind of the direction we were going in, because then we'd have 4 pretty badass AIOs. The only problem is they're designed for Threadripper sockets. So we don't have anything to mount these to. So we're going to have a look and see if we can figure out if we can mount them to anything else. No idea what the plan is here. We're just doing discovery. So Caradog has managed to bring off. That's interesting.
So that bit comes off. So maybe.
Presumably there is another plate for Xeon.
For other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, we don't know. Do we have spare gaskets? We don't have spare gaskets, so we'll probably try and just clean up whatever gaskets are in there as best as we can.
And just see what stuff looks like. Mostly, to be fair.
Yeah. I see.
Goodbye forever!
Well, you're going to get that. So. Will there be any CNCing involved like Deb Bauer did on the 7800 XT video card cooler? There will not, I'm afraid.
No.
So yes. They don't get balked fans with their Arctic Freezer 2. Your fans hum at 400 hertz over the whole RPM band. Yeah, I don't know about that. It sounds like you just got some bum fans there.
I mean, from obviously Arctic's reaction to other stuff, it sounds like they'd just be like, here, have a new cooler.
Yeah, probably. Very well.
I would, yes, suggest reaching out to their support or the point of sale. If you only got them, a couple of days ago, just go back to a point of sale and go, it's faulty, send me a new one.
Yeah. Very well. Okay, right. So, should we just get started on one of these?
I think we'll play around with this one because it's slightly smaller.
Yeah, okay.
Also, have you noticed that even though this is smaller,
it's got a thick boy rad
thicker.
on it. Yeah.
Whereas this one is longer and thinner.
Yeah.
I like that as a design idea, though. It means, in theory, obviously, you can get more similar.
A lot of sloshing from these.
Yeah, more similar sort of thermal capacity.
Yeah. What is that? 180? Is that 180? There. Is that 280 or 240? Yeah. Well, actually, we can check if it's the same width, which it is. Yeah, it's a 240. Yeah. It's 240, but a thick boy 240.
Yes.
Very well. Okay, cool. Right, let's try.
Did you see Height, HYTE, are looking at releasing a liquid cooler, and it's like 55 mil thick or something. It's like this.
I mean, that's good. Thicker rads do more,
That's clippable.
Thicker rads do more.
Yeah, just brand tagline.
Sure. You know, one thing I've always noticed is you never feel a lot of heat coming off of a liquid cooling radiator, just because the air just doesn't pass through much before it's out of the radiator. Whereas a thicker radiator, you can get more heat into the air as it goes through.
It's also a case that for an awful lot of this, we're not particularly limited by the
radiator capacity.
By the radiator capacity.
This is true. Yeah.
An awful lot of it is
modern.
Yeah, is heat plate, hot plate, face plate, boiler plate.
Yeah, a lot of
cold plate design. There we go, cold plate.
A lot of coolers. The issue is not dissipating the heat, but getting it out of the chip.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is definitely a problem Intel look like they have with the new 13900KS, which is fractionally faster than the K, even though it can use up a shit ton more heat. It just seems like it's impossible to get that heat out of the chip from such a small die.
Yeah.
You know? I think Intel have actually found the maximum amount of heat you can feasibly shift out of a monolithic die. And it's like 400 watts or something like that. Past that, you just literally, the chip can't go any faster because you literally can't get the heat out of it fast enough.
Yeah, I mean it was like 1 to 2% faster or something like that. So it's just kind of, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra cost.
Yeah.
And so on for 1 or 2%.
Yeah.
But
they're banging off the rev limiter. It's not even that they're redlining the chip; they're literally banging off the limiter with it.
But it is also a case of they were doing it at fractionally lower voltages. Therefore, they are ever so slightly better chips. So if you're going sub-zero,
silicon,
so if you're going sub-zero, they're probably going to be better chips.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it's kind of a case of they're not relevant for 99.999% of people.
If your mate buys a KS, tell him he's stupid, and then laugh at him derisively. Go,
unless he also has 2-stage phase change cooling.
Yes,
in his bedroom.
Like, oh, okay, that's pretty quick. Yeah.
I see.
Wales will buy. Yeah.
You have played Knifey Spoony before.
Yes. Still getting more than AMD's getting out of the chiplets. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. This is a weird generation because
everyone is so close, which is good.
Yeah, like AMD releasing the non-X chips that just don't run like furnaces and are almost as quick is very, very interesting.
Yeah.
It really demonstrates how hard they are pushing these chips to get the last bit of performance out of them. So,
yeah, absolutely. Which is obviously good for the average consumer, just because it means that basically you're guaranteed to be getting the absolute maximum out of each CPU. So there is no concern or question that you're missing 50% of the performance because you didn't overclock it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Ruru2M says the 7950X3D is going to smoke the 13900KS.
Certainly if the scaling is similar between
the
5800 and the 5800X3D.
Yeah.
You saw 20% gains there in certain games.
Yeah, that extra cache seems to play. If you've got anything that can utilize that cache, it will slay, and there seems to be a decent amount of things that use it.
Yeah, it's certainly a good number of games.
We were talking about AMD FX CPUs just before we went live, and we were joking how AMD were banking that when they brought out the FX series, they were banking that everything was going to go super multi-threaded.
And also not use floating point, because they only put one floating point per 2 cores.
Even still, like the non-floating point multi-threading on the FX chips was very good, but nothing uses it.
Yeah, it was also kind of still the case of
Whereas,
it took them 8 units executing numbers to equal the same performance as 4 units executing maths.
However, in this instance, with the 3D V-Cache, 3D V-Cache?
Yes.
Yeah, the 3D V-Cache, that's the thing where like you need the software to be leveraging it for it to make a difference, but there seems to be a lot of software that absolutely will leverage it.
Yeah, certainly, a lot of games and things
Yeah,
like that. A lot of stuff where the data set can fit in the cache.
Yeah, especially by virtue of the fact that the 5800X3D is just a wrecking machine of a gaming CPU, despite the fact that the standard 5800X is, I mean, it's still a great CPU, don't get me wrong, but it's not at the top of the lists, whereas the 5800X3D is trading blows and giving bloody noses to the top chips.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's purely because it's got the 3D V-Cache on it.
Yeah. So it's good. It's interesting to see. and the inference is that we're not going to see non-V-cached models of whatever the next Zen architecture is. The inference is that they're going to increase the level 3 cache for literally all of the versions to that using the 3D die stacking. So interesting.
Have they put 3D effectively 3D V-Cache on the graphics cards yet? Were they looking at that? I don't know.
Not specifically.
Because they've got chiplet design for the
they broke out the memory
cache.
They broke out the memory controllers.
Yeah. However, that much being said, when you start stacking the memory on the core, that's when you're getting into the same kind of stuff that high bandwidth HB mem was it? What was it? What was it on the
high bandwidth memory.
Yeah, high bandwidth memory was doing, and that was a bit nah. But yeah.
Yeah, the difficulty with that was the fact that they were trying to get three different suppliers building the finalized product with three different sets of products. And yeah, they just didn't have the size to get a single supplier doing it. So it was a case of it caused height issues and things like that.
Interesting. Very well.
Which led to large amounts of putty needing to be used to deal with massive die height variances. So yeah, so you ended up with temperature issues.
Yeah, concerning.
But no, the HBM integration is literally how Sapphire Rapids works on their Xeon Max CPUs.
Oh, I see.
So the Xeon Max CPUs have HBM on them, and they can operate in three different modes. One of the modes is DRAMless, so you do not have to have system RAM.
Ooh.
You can literally just boot and run using the HBM effectively on the CPU.
How much is on there?
I can't remember. It was something obnoxious, like 30 or 40 gigs.
Okay, yeah. So we're not talking like 16 gigs in order to just simply get the system to start and run, and like it's high speed. You just don't get much of it. You actually get, although that much being said, like 30 gigs of memory is not much for a server, but that's enough to be very usable, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it was something like that.
And yeah, that would certainly save you the issue of having to deploy modules, and that would probably be very good if you were running Blade servers as well.
So
just CPU only.
Yeah, I think certainly for something that is a smaller data set, but something that's easily cacheable. So,
Fair enough. Cool. Right, let's start taking this thing apart then, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just going to basically. So on the bottom of these, we've got the cold plate with a bunch of these were T10 screws. So I'm just going to start undoing those, and then just when I'm about to open this up, we've got a big old tub to one hand, and we're just going to dump it into there, I think. So yeah. Right. Good morning from across the pond. Hello, Mike lad. How you doing as well? Firephone asked earlier on, how's the Acer monitor? It's just our monitor. It's a 27-inch monitor, but it's only 1080p, so it's not a very interesting monitor. But for what we're using it for here, 1080p at 27-inch is really useful because it means that all of the text is big and readable. I don't need something that's particularly high resolution here. I need something that will just give big text that I can read at distance. So that's kind of interesting.
There was a monitor that I saw that I was kind of interested in, and I have completely forgotten what it was. So I'm seeing if I can find it, because it was, it was seemingly unexpectedly good, and kind of ticking all the boxes. I was just like, for a reasonably low price.
Okay.
Also, apparently, totally unrelated and tangential,
Yeah.
you can still buy dictaphones from Curry's PC World.
Fair enough. There are some people that use them. I've got a friend. Oh, is that starting to pop out yet? No, not yet. I've got a friend who works for the NHS, and their job is to transcribe doctors' notes. Presumably the doctors are just speaking into dictaphones. They'll just be like, Mrs. Groggins had a abscess on her left leg, and it was this, that, and the other. And it's his job to transcribe those dictaphone messages into text. And yeah, so presumably people like doctors and stuff like that, they're still using them because that's the fastest way for them to take notes. So yeah. Graham's getting old, needs big text. Yes, but also I say this often, but I will always keep saying it. Streaming is a high mental workload, and when I'm trying to speak, take the screws out of this and read text on the screen at the same time, it gets surprisingly difficult to do all of those things. Also, I'm just behind here now, so hello. So yeah, get a bucket if you don't want a wet lap. Yes, we're about to go bucket mode.
Also, apparently, just completely unusable website on mobile.
I see.
So that's unfortunate. I will grab the bucket and then I will look at it on a desktop.
Very
and
well.
Find out what the monitor was.
You grab the laptop if you want to. If that's useful.
Yeah.
Right. These screws are all covered in thermal paste because Spud hates me, so he didn't clean these up properly. Absolute chode. Right.
Pardon?
Oh, this is enormous. This is far too big for what we're using it for. Spud hates everyone. Yeah.
Especially customers.
Hello, Floor Lamb. How you doing? Right. Okay. That I'm going to put.
I can't help but feel that somehow this is Spud's fault.
They're much cleaner than when you got hold of them. They had thermal paste everywhere. Fair enough.
Is your method of application 20 grams per CPU?
I mean, Threadripper CPU, they probably need so much thermal paste on those things. So yeah. Okay, right, here we go. Don't know what's going to happen, so stand by, everyone.
If it starts hissing at you...
Yeah, we've already had an accident with one AIO today. We had a grotty old one that we were looking at, just out of curiosity, that was in a box of scraps. And Caradog was just like, I'm going to straighten out these hoses. And then one came off in his hand, and it went everywhere. Well, it went everywhere when I picked it up. Right. Okay, here goes nothing. Right, I'm going to quickly catch up on chat in the moment. All right, we're fine. Ignition. Right.
No, okay, I don't know what it is. Also...
Not a lot of liquid came out of that.
Also,
ew. Yeah.
That is lumpy.
Yeah, that's definitely got some grossness in it. The other ones that we've pulled apart before, there's just not been a lot to see. That, though, that's what we're here for, isn't it? Very well. Like, I'm just going to try and... There it goes. It's taking a brown tinkle at the who's he what's it.
That was a choice of words. You chose those words.
It's an American dad joke. Stan is needs to fix his car, and it's leaking oil, and he goes, "Oh God, look at the car now! It's taking a black tinkle at the who's he what's it." And he goes, "Look, my dad wasn't around, so my mum taught me how to fix cars."
I see.
It's also funny in the thing.
Also, there's literal chunks falling out.
Yeah, this is pretty grim.
That is
Oh, and it smells. All right, I think we've had our money's worth out of that. Oh, that's going to just keep dripping. Okay. Right, what's my plan?
I mean, you can do just kind of that.
Put that over there. Can do, yeah. We can have a look at the cold plate, I guess. Right, should we move this down to the floor and just start making a mess on the counter? Because we can always wipe the counter, can't we?
Sure, I will.
Yeah. The main thing is we've got the liquid out, because we don't want the liquid to go everywhere, because that'll be dripping off the sides. Coming that way. There we go. That is dripping. Ew. Right, I'm going to wipe my hands and then I will do the focus for the close-up and have a look at this.
When you have clean fingers, I'll ask you to type on this laptop.
I see. Have you forgotten how to do the password?
That would suggest that I knew it in the first place.
It's the same one.
Well, it isn't.
Okay.
Because if it was...
Ugh.
Also, you didn't want that one.
Yes, I'm aware. I stuck in a minimum. I stuck in a minimum bid before I knew that it was the wrong one, and then I couldn't withdraw it. And I was like, "Well, great. I guess I've just spent 15 quid on a 10-year-old GPU." I was trying to buy a GTX 260, and I got the wrong one. I got the one with a 196 shader cores.
The SPs.
SPs.
I don't know what the SPs are, but it was the SPs.
Yeah. Because I was just like, I want to have a go at the overclocking competition, and now I just have a 10-year-old GPU that's no good and not the right one for the competition. In a completely unrelated news, does anyone want to buy a GTX 260 from me? I sell you cheap. Okay, right. I'm not going to go under the microscope for this. However, we can do a pretty good close-up with this guy anyway. So,
why does the category of all not include all subcategories? Why are there subcategories under all that are not included in all?
I don't know. I don't know, Caradog.
Because apparently PC monitors, all PC monitors, does not include gaming monitors in its category of all.
I see. Right, okay. I'm just going to wipe this down while we're looking at it. So there's some of the chunky stuff there. And what is that? Is it hard? I don't know. I don't know what the chunky stuff is. I feel uncomfortable calling it chunky.
Chunky stuff.
Okay, this is not the right tool for cleaning microfins. Okay, I'm making a hash of that. Let's I'm going to get the toothbrush and some alcohol and another roll of kitchen towel because that other roll is also about to die. Toothbrush. Ugh. White vinegar, don't have any.
Why? Wait. There we go.
Okay, there's going to be a lot of camel wobble. Sorry in advance. Yeah, I mean, you can't just sit there and hold it.
So, yes.
Oh no, it's vacuumed down on the desk with the alcohol. There we go. Have we tried doing one of these in the ultrasonic? That would probably work actually. However, I have not warmed up the ultrasonic today. I probably should have actually because this is a good time for that.
We did somewhat prove it. It did nothing to the other one.
That was in the essence of trying to remove that was for the purposes of trying to clean up the corrosion, tarnishing, and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Whereas with this, we've actually got, this is actually a matter of there's just chunks and bits in there that we want to clear out.
Oh, I see.
Which you
okay.
probably can clear out. So
Yes. If you're looking for chunk removal, I agree.
yes.
Yes. Anyway, I found it because
Stuff and things. Okay, yes. Tell me about this monitor that you wanted to tell me about.
Yeah.
What?
First of all, I'm going to complain about this bloody website and the category of gaming monitors not being included in the subset gaming monitors not being included in all monitors.
I see.
But anyway, yes, Samsung Odyssey G4, 1080p, 25-inch, 24.5.
Yeah.
Standard. 240 hertz.
Okay.
£200. I was like, huh, that seems reasonably good.
Okay. What panel is in it?
I'm not sure. Oh, it is an IPS one.
It is an IPS, yeah.
Yes, you won't have VA mess everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of there. So yeah, that's for £200. That's probably not bad, as long as it's not, you know. I mean, obviously, don't forget the £100 monitor also was IPS, but however, theoretically, being a Samsung though, it was a Samsung G4. Did you say?
Yeah. It was just kind of a case of
being a Samsung. I should hope that's not awful.
Yeah, it was just the fact that I saw it because I was looking for a different monitor, and Curry's came up as a supplier of it. And I was just like, oh, cool. And then that came up as a recommended monitor off of the side of it, and I was just like,
yeah.
£200 and it's 240 hertz.
Yeah.
That sounds actually reasonably good.
Yeah.
So the case that, I've no idea if it's actually any good, not seen any reviews, but it was just that. And just the fact that there seemed to be a reasonably good number of 240 hertz 1080p monitors for like £200, £240. Because there's also an AOC one for 220, an MSI one for 220, an Alienware one for 230, and a different Samsung for 230. So it's just kind of, there seems to be a number of them that are quite good.
Yeah, that's good. Because when someone is looking for a monitor and they need something that's when someone's looking for a gaming monitor and they're looking for something that is you know, more than just, you know, a high refresh, but they can't. The problem is that there's not a lot in the mid-range for gaming monitors, or rather, there's lots in the mid-range, but all of them all have something wrong with them. And so if you want to, when you turn around and you're like, okay, I want to spend like, I don't know, £300 or £400 on a gaming monitor, you know, all of the ones in that category will have something wrong with them. It will be smeary, or it'll have bad colors, or it'll have low brightness, you know. So if someone's like, okay, well, I don't want to spend that much money on monitors. I've got like £200 to spend, you know, what can I get for that? Usually high refresh is off the table there, but you know, 1080p high refresh, that gets you, that's a budget gaming monitor that won't look awful.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you want a really good 1080p high refresh rate monitor, you've got the BenQ Zowie, which is 380 quid.
Yeah.
But that gets reviewed very, very well.
That's fair.
It's a lot of money for a 1080p monitor, but it gets reviewed very well.
Yeah. Very well. Kyle, thank you for the super chat there. Thanks for your donation to Donate IT. Oh, yes. Hello there. Yep. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. There's more where that came from. So, yes. I think. Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Is this the person I think it is? I'm not sure.
Are you who I think you are?
Yes, I'm not sure, and I'm not going to guess off the top of my head. However, you're very welcome. Either case, but thank you. Have we tried the P stick? Not yet. So if you're troelling me, I have not yet fallen for the troel. We should do that if we start up a computer at some point today.
Do you know where it is?
It was on the bench. I've moved it somewhere. I think it's over here now.
Okay.
But yeah, I can find it in a moment. Right, this thing, I might just try putting this in the ultrasonic cold. Like just not bother heating up the ultrasonic and just give it a zap. Because and just see what that does. I mean, it's you know, it's we've got most of the chunks out of it, but as people have noticed, these toothbrush bristles won't go into those micro fins.
Yeah.
So I might just lob that in the ultrasonic and just see what happens.
Yeah. I guess to pretend we're being scientific, we can take a picture for a before.
Sure thing. Yep. Ba-bam. CPU autolap. Yeah. Copy it next week. Quite possible, yes. I need to actually learn how to make these images properly as well. Good. All right. I will.
We can peruse and
BRB.
See what.
I don't think it's going to change our world, but
no, I am not expecting world changing. However,
oh,
are you making a mess?
A little bit, yeah. I forgot that there will be a load of condensation on the underside of the lid. Okay.
The tools for making the PE stick are also on the PE stick.
I see.
Floor lamp foresaw this situation, and you have been prepared.
Heck.
Yes. The problem with VA panels is that basically, unless you're buying a Samsung Odyssey G9 or G7, the very top two Samsung VA panels, you get mediocre viewing angles, but also for dark transitions, they are very, very slow. So you get an awful lot of smearing on low brightness transitions. So even if it's a, say, 165 hertz monitor or a 240 hertz monitor, the actual transitions might be 65 hertz, 70 hertz equivalent sort of thing.
Please pause for 10 seconds while I switch it on and duck out of the room.
Ha! Very well.
Okay. I didn't want to nuke everyone's eardrums while you were talking.
Yes.
Okay. Why does Dell's expensive 4K Ultra Sharp only have 60 hertz refresh rate?
Mostly because it's designed to be an office monitor, effectively.
If you're not gaming, you don't need high refresh rate, basically.
I would contend that we should, as a PC using community, be demanding 120 hertz minimum on everything.
I agree with that.
Just because using 120 hertz feels so much better.
Yes.
I have two 60 hertz monitors at work, and I'm just kind of like,
a
bit.
Yeah.
Because, and sure, I'm shuffling windows around and doing Word documents and sending emails, but it is just a case of I can feel the difference.
Yeah.
And it's even more pronounced because obviously my other comparison point is 120 hertz OLED.
Yeah. Well, it's also a fact of like, you could say the same thing about high DPI, is that, are you just figuring out where the edge of the shot is?
But no, it's also just a case of one exposure.
Oh, yeah.
Two exposure.
I'll
need to point that one across.
Well, yeah, it's also just your shirt is balancing me wearing dark on camera because I'm the most annoying person ever and wear dark clothes with a white face. So, anyway, yeah. Because...
yeah, that's better.
Yeah, if you're on a 4K panel, you're also going to be getting high DPI, and high DPI is something that you would say that most people don't need, but also it's something that we should, as a PC community, be demanding, because it's really nice.
Other than laptops. Stop sticking 4K panels in laptops.
Yeah, but, well...
unless it's a 17-inch laptop.
Yeah, but stay with me. If you put a 4K screen on a laptop, you can just go straight to 200% scaling, which is a really nice, just double pixel scaling.
Sure. Or you could stick a 2560 1600-ish one in there. Require 50% less power for your backlight.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah.
Get 25% better performance out of the graphics card, kind of thing. thus actually making the battery life not 15 minutes.
Yeah, and it's I suppose also desktop scaling in Windows has gotten significantly better to the point where,
especially as most people do stuff inside a web browser and that's it.
Yeah, being at odd scaling doesn't look awful anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, not as bad as it used to anyway.
25% scaling looks good now, certainly by comparison. Unless you have to use Citrix. But Citrix is also a legacy of the early 2000s, so, you know. I'm not giving it a pass, I'm just saying it looks terrible, and such is life.
To my knowledge, everyone hates Citrix.
Yeah.
I think Citrix hates Citrix.
Yeah.
So, understandable. Work laptop is 1366 by 768. Oh, it's horrendous these days. I'm so glad that resolution has gone the way of the Dodo now. And when you buy just a cheap laptop, I think Dell will still sell you. Is that screen even on? Because it looks like it's off from here.
It's on.
Okay, yeah. I think if you buy the cheapest Dell laptop, it might still have a 768p screen in. But if you buy like the cheapest Dell laptop with an i3 or equivalent in, it will have a 1080p panel, which is a good minimum standard now. So, yeah, 4K with 200% upscaling makes it 1080p effective. Yes, correct.
Yes, it does, certainly for the actual resolution real estate, but the actual pitch, dot pitch, oh my god, is so much tighter that so much less light goes through. So you need so much more backlight to get to the same brightness, which means your backlight uses way more power.
Yeah. And in terms of real estate, although you're dropping down to 1080p equivalent, but then also you can run stuff with smaller text. You can run smaller font sizes on things, and everything is significantly more readable. Like this Dell laptop here, this is a 14-inch with a 1080p screen that I drive at 1080p. I could turn up the scaling on this a little bit, and I can have very readable text because it's not blocky and pixelated. So, yeah. Right.
It is, oh my god, it is possible to buy today from Currys an Intel Celeron N4020 dual core with 4 gigs of RAM and a 1366 by 768 screen. Yeah.
How much?
However, it's £120, and I'm just kind of like, £120.
Right. Can you mute me, Caradog? I'm just going to air blast this.
Okay, 1 second. You are now muted. But yes. I like the fact that Currys described the machine as something that is capable of light web browsing, not many tabs open at once. And it's like, yeah, that seems about right. You may just about open a tab, but God. No, it's a Windows 11 machine. It's very much a Windows 11 machine. Why would 2 gig have even been a thing in the last 10 years? When's 10 years ago? 2013. Yeah.
Oh, God. Am I unmuted?
No.
Please bring me back. The mid-10s were a decade ago.
Yeah. It's okay.
I mean, that's fake news. The 90s were a decade ago, but...
Hack the planet!
They're trashing the flow of data. They're trashing the flow of information.
Indeed. Yeah.
Hackers is a good movie.
Yeah. HP streams with 2 gig of RAM.
All right.
I feel like, you should be able to set them on site. Set them on fire on site legally. Ah, yes. It is a cold plate.
It's probably not coming across on the mic.
No.
Let's see. Bench cam with face.
It's interesting how there are machining marks in the fins. Yes.
All right. Well, after a quick run through a cold ultrasonic, that's what we've ended up with. So yeah, that's come out okay because this isn't tarnished like the other water block was. It just needed a clean / a wash, and that seems to have come out just fine. To be honest, it's good enough for Australia, I would say. Second picture and compare. That's oh yeah. Can we? Oh yeah, we might be able to do this. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's certainly come up in color quite nicely. That's actually gone shiny.
Yeah. Also, look at this edge here.
Yeah.
And just the stuff that was in that edge there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I tell you what, that actually came out pretty good then, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's just a cold ultrasonic for 5 minutes.
I mean, it does somewhat look like someone got thermal paste in it.
That was probably me, because there's probably thermal paste in this toothbrush, but still.
But yes.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay. I'd call that a victory.
Oh, I thought I had a photo of something that just said "Live life, live, love, laugh" on it, and I was just about to be deeply ashamed of myself. Like, oh no, I have become one of them.
Right.
Ow.
Very good.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm going to quickly zap down the chat because I haven't been keeping up.
So do you have a jug?
A jug?
Yes. Some sort of water containment vessel.
Not really. We've got the pint glass.
Just because I was thinking pouring just normal tap water into that.
Yes, to flush it.
Emptying it out again.
Yeah.
Pouring some more in there.
Yeah.
Instead of using coolant that's, you know,
Agreed.
£10 a litre or
yes,
something.
Yes, agreed. Pint glass.
Yeah.
So, yes. Right, Sleepwalker says, Graham, what's your Logitech gaming wheel fix? Your work involved, wouldn't it be cheaper to buy a new wheel? No, those racing wheels are surprisingly expensive, in short. It is economically... I mean, I don't charge very much to do those jobs, but also I kind of like doing those jobs. And also for me, I don't mind charging low because I know I can make a YouTube video out of it. And so for me, sometimes I'll do it on the cheap because content. So yeah, but again, those wheels are surprisingly expensive. So it was worth doing, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, as Floor Lamp said, some people will just pay more than the thing is worth just because they want to fix it as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much you actually charged for that, but it is a case that buying a
I think
Amazon
I charged like £40.
Yeah,
you know,
because even buying that set off of Amazon Warehouse, even when it's been like special offers and stuff, it's still been like 170 quid.
Yeah, a wheel like a brand new wheel like that is going to cost you close to 300, I think.
Yeah,
250, 300, something like that. Right, I'll hold that.
Are we planning on just putting this on the floor and pouring over the floor?
That would be that would work
instead
better,
of trying to put it under the bench.
Yeah, no, agreed. Also, the bench cam will probably reach across, and we can just have crotch cam. Look, someone is going to say if I don't. So, right, can shaky cam reach? I believe it can.
If we, yes.
All right. Still going through the thing. Dip. £40 cheap. Yeah, like I said, stuff like that. I charge cheap because content, basically. Face cam with capture, bench with face. All right, crotch cam is go. Beer time, maybe. I think we'll start doing. I think what we're going to do is we're kind of experimenting with this. We've got to take that. Hang on a sec. You duck under the camera slightly. Yep. Oh, that's the gasket. Yeah. Okay. So we need to try and flush this out somehow. So we're just going to run tap water through it to try and flush it.
Also,
yeah. I mean that we can just run under the sink, can't we? So
yeah.
Has that got a? That's almost slightly deformed. I wonder if that's a hot spot. The gasket has got a weird dimple in the middle there. You can see. And I wonder if that's oh, if it's
Lines
just
up with that hole.
yeah. Oh, I think it's just jet pressure then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Drop of alcohol to melt the junk. Yeah.
Have you got? Oh yeah, you have got like IPA and stuff, haven't you?
Yes,
Obviously.
we do. How come I didn't leave the connector on that wheel? Well, it would have, as a lot of people in the comments said, it would have, I should have put a USB-B connector on the back of the wheel instead. That would have been about the same amount of work. But I didn't think of that at the time because I went into that job expecting the wire to be soldered on the inside. And so my brain had already thought, I'd already planned in my brain ahead what I was going to do. And it's very difficult to shift gears like that when you're in the middle of trying to make a video. So yeah, you kind of go into a one-track mind of, I know what I'm going to do with this. Are we going to try and power this up so it pumps through?
If you wish.
We can easily do that. So yeah. So yeah, that's why. But also, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should have done this. You should have done that." It's like, yeah, but it got fixed. It has a new wire on it. It is now repaired and working. You know, that yes. Unfortunately, yesterday's video was a very good example of people in the comments telling me that I fixed it wrong. And yeah, with the best will in the world, I'm just like, yeah. However, it's fixed. So it is true though. It would have been better to put a connector on it. Lesson learned for next time. You know. Right, has this got a load of gunk in it? No, that's okay.
I think it's just got thermal paste in it.
Yeah, this is all right.
So thermal paste is bloody everywhere.
Yeah. I'm not going to plug this into a to an ATX power supply. I've just got a little
I would suggest that we, cover this up because it will just go.
Get ready to aim it then. I'll tell you when I'm going to turn it on. This is your job now.
Oh, this is stupid. Which idiot came out of this idea?
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Hang on a sec. Bringing the camera down. All right. Activate.
Stop it. That's very much running dry.
Yep. Okay. All water, Harold.
So it sucks it in from there. Turn it on whilst pouring.
On. Oh, I turned on the wrong socket. On.
There you go, the RGB is on. Waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay.
Oh my god. Oh, can you see?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pumping.
Yeah.
I think it's just got a crap ton of air in it. Wow. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but it's making some funny noises.
Hold on.
Is that the impeller?
Yes. Can you pour a smidgen more in?
So this is a dubstep dubstep sample making machine.
So I'm trying to break up the bubble. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's doing a thing. Right. Are we?
You can please turn it off.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say there's no gunk coming through, so I think we can be satisfied. All right. Hang on a sec. Disconnected. I think we can be satisfied that there's no chunks that are going to come out of that. Is that entirely necessary? Liam and Wales says it sounds depressed. Right. I see. Okay, right. So we flushed it so we can be relatively confident that there is minimal chunks in the system. So we can probably attempt to fill it with some actual coolant now. Stick the cold plate back on, and we should have a working cooler. Although it sounded pretty upset. So like, oh, bang. It sounded pretty upset. So I don't know.
Where
if
is the Proxmox box?
Up here.
May I have that size?
Ooh, that's a big one. Oh, those are fill ports or something, aren't they?
I don't know. I can't do this one-handed.
T25. No, T20.
I can't do it with wet fingers either. Oh my god.
T20.
I can't actually get the bit out.
Can you even though?
No. Thank you. My fingers were too
sticky.
Pasty.
I see. All right. Thanks for sticking around, Marcus. Have a good one. Well, try to have a good one at least, anyway. All right. I think it's time to grab a beer. You know what? I'm going to do that. Did I finish my coffee? I did. Yeah. Do you want anything, Caradog? I'm going to grab. I don't want to break open one of the Aspels today because those are strong boys. I'm just gonna get a pint of Stowford, I think.
Okay.
But yes.
Do you have anything more precise for pouring? You know, something maybe with a spout.
Not here.
Like a watering can?
I mean, I've got a watering can. Like
I want to pour into that hole without it going anywhere else and see if that then comes out here.
I see.
Or goes somewhere else.
I don't. I can probably I've probably got a syringe just so we can just inject some water.
I can do you a syringe full of flux.
Yeah. Let me see. Where are all of my? I'm sure I've got a spare.
Your liquid cooler didn't have chunks, but it now has flux. Where are all of my syringes?
Well, yeah, I'm actually not sure. It's one of those. Negative.
It's one of those things I only need to use sometimes. But
wow, I almost never need these. They're just somewhere. I don't think I'm going to be. I'm not going to know where those are. So no, I'm going to take a pass on that. Is there anything else that I have that we could use for such activities? I must have something that's more accurate than pouring from a pint glass.
Like, yes, with a funnel or a spout, you know, something like that.
Yeah, I've got a funnel at home. I just don't have one in the shop.
Reading an electronics repair Discord server right now. Somebody's asking about fixing an air fryer.
Yeah, help them. They deserve their working air fryer.
Oh, you know what? Good
I've...
shout. What about like the plastic nozzles from the data vac?
That's exactly what I just picked up, actually. I'm going, ooh, that would work.
Yeah. Great minds and all that. Marcel was on the money. And this is where I keep my boxes.
Those are, well, not particularly helpful. And
okay.
That's the voltage transformer. Oh, I don't know where the other one is. Okay, that's fine. However, that'll do. It just needs a bit of tape across that port there.
We must fix. There you go.
It'll work. It'll be great. You'll see.
I was laughing at an image I saw.
Ah, okay.
And then remembered. I don't know if you have seen it. It's the unfortunate sign saying that a shop will be closed due to unforeseen circumcisions.
Whoops. I see. I'll cover that port as well, since we're using this as a poor man's funnel.
Now, if you had a 3D printer,
yeah,
in 6 hours, you too could have a funnel.
There we go. All right, that's the best I've got. It's slightly better, I guess. All right. Okay, so what's your objective here? Are we just going to try and pour some fluid into each port and see where it comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
I guess
just because that came off the screws. Just gunk.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, inside there's still going to be some more gunk inside. Someone said put some dishwashing, some washing up liquid in there, and that might clean it. I mean,
the liquid for washing.
Yeah, but also that would be really funny because it would be like when someone pours a bottle of washing up liquid into a public fountain. Have you ever seen that happen before?
As in, you mean like the display things,
Yeah.
not a drinks fountain?
No, yeah, a public display fountain. Just now and any shopping centre that has a public display fountain, every now and then some youths will come up and just dump a bottle of fairy liquid in it, and it just goes everywhere, and there's just piles of foam everywhere. It's very funny. I hear it makes the maintenance people furious. However, yeah, detergent, yes. This would also be very funny. Blow it out with a compressor. Yeah. I don't think the compressor will achieve anything because the compressor won't wash anything out. I mean, we could flush it through with some alcohol, some isopropyl. Let's just see what the ports do first. So, all right, more experimentation afoot.
There we go.
Yeah, all right, so I'm going to do satisfaction not guaranteed.
Yeah, it came out of there.
Yeah, that just came straight out of that port, which
Cool.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's where you'd expect. So, if we pour some into there, then does it come out of the
then,
middle
in theory,
jet?
shouldn't come out. Oh no! Okay, it came out there. I expected that to go down here.
Yeah, but
and
also
then out there.
Yeah, but also don't forget that is just going to go up and through there.
I expect yes. I somewhat expected there to be a return valve somewhere.
Oh, a
in
check
here.
valve. I see. Yes. Yeah.
Somewhere stopping it going the wrong.
Yes.
You know.
Yep. Yep. Cool. Okay. Well, so those ports work the way that it looks then.
Yes, and they definitely could be used for filling it. Then,
Yes.
Based
Yeah.
off of that, obviously.
Yeah.
However,
So
I still think the easiest way is just pouring it straight on the faceplate.
yeah. Okay. So is it a hazard to use alcohol in high pressure air? No, not really. Yeah. So a large syringe would do the trick. Yeah, I've got one somewhere, and I don't know where it is. I could find it, but I'm not going to find it midstream because it's going to take me 15 minutes to find it. And that's a lot of dead space. So, yeah. Cool. Okay, right. Are we going to try and flush that through with anything else, or are we just going to go with what we've got?
Did you wash this?
I have not washed that.
I will quickly rinse this, and then we can
Yeah,
fill
then
it
we'll
and just
fill it
see
up.
what happens.
Yeah, very well then.
And if it explodes, content.
Yeah. Very well. Sai says pull the throat cutter in. Right. What solution were we using? We've just been flushing it through with just tap water at the moment, just to make sure there's no chunks out. Now we are content that once we're content that we've cleaned this as much as we can reasonably do so, we're just sticking in, what's it called again? The Corsair.
XL5.
Corsair XL5. which is just standard issue coolant for water cooling systems. So, good. Right. Okay. Did you wash the thing? Yep.
Yes, it is slightly less grubby.
Yeah.
It's still browned.
Yeah, it's a little bit brown, but like that's going to be like embedded in the silicon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything to gain from that. Is that a tear forming?
Yeah, looks like it.
We're not. I mean, that's just to direct the water flow. So fine. Okay. Right. Hold on a sec. Bench cam with base. Bang. Sorry. Arrange that how you see fit. That go the other way up?
Is that going like that?
I think that goes the other way
up.
up.
The dimple's that way around. But
the dimple will be sucking in.
But yeah. I assume,
that's better.
I assume the dimple was designed to make it so there was a gap, not to fill a gap.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's coming. The water is coming out in the corner here. It goes through the microfins and then gets sucked up there into the intake.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is this orientated at all? Yes, because it's got notches there, so it goes like that. Oh, there's nothing specifically guiding the flow through there, just pulling through. Interesting.
Very well.
So, yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
Fit the faceplate. Fill the head through one hole until it comes out through the second hole with the pump running. I think that's how they do it in production. Yeah. So if we fill on that one, because that's the intake side, and then we do that until it's coming out from the exit side.
Sure, can do.
That's how I would. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah.
I was going to do those up and just fill this and then stick the plate on. Same as we did with the freezers.
Yeah.
No, we can try.
Yeah, I think we should try and use the fill ports since we've got them. I mean, ultimately, we're going to make a heckin' mess either way because we don't have a funnel or anything. So we're just going to we're just going to waterboard this thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking aiming for obviously the entire size of the faceplate is more efficient.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah. I'll assume that you've got that lined up properly. Where I put it back in? It was the T10. I was going to poke that in the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you were already holding it, and then you just took it off my hands and tried to do it one. It's all right. Caradog's got this one, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only issue previously was my fingers were very slippy.
I see.
Are
you fine? Are you okay?
I was about to go where would be convenient for the camera, and I sod it. I'm just doing it.
Oh, yeah, do it where you're comfortable, and I'll move the camera. So yeah. All right. Graham, would you suggest a Brio for filming or saving up for a proper camera and lens? It depends on what you're doing.
Depends how much money you've got.
Yeah, it depends on budget and what you're doing. Ultimately, a proper camera with lens is going to give you a vastly superior result, but also it's more expensive. And it's not just expensive for the camera, but it's expensive because you're going to need like a decent tripod that can hold it up and things like that. And for the kind of thing we're doing here, having a camera on the end of a movable arm like this is incredibly good, because otherwise we'd have to have a tripod and we'd have a very, very fixed angle of view that we can achieve with that. Yeah. So for what, the only other option here, which is the direction that we're eventually going to go in, is to have fixed cameras on the ceiling with like 50mm lenses on them that will just look at a particular section of the desk from top down. And then when that's done, the desks will be marked out showing what angle the shot will cover.
Yeah.
However, the Brio, using a Brio like this, it's the cost of a webcam plus a microphone stand and a couple of quid for some more fittings, and you get what we've got here. So this is an inexpensive setup with a huge amount of utility that, as long as you give it enough light, will give a reasonable picture, all things considered. So yeah, love to see the Proxon in action. Yeah, it does get used. So yes. If you want to make videos, start with a phone or webcam. Yep, that's exactly it. Because, you know, I started out on a phone, then I moved to webcams just because, you know, a webcam, once you're on a webcam, you're recording in OBS. So you've got unlimited record time, whereas phones, you can only do like 30-minute clips at a time, I think. So it's awkward. And yeah, also you've got to buy a nice phone for it to have a nice camera on it as well. And it seems very wasteful to have a fancy phone just for its camera. This is one of the annoying things about mid-range phones. As soon as you don't have a flagship phone, the camera is the first thing that gets axed on it. Which is a thing, but yeah. It's hilarious how PC webcams still use a single sensor, whereas, yeah, I mean, obviously it's complicated, but this is why I'm very interested in... Jay's 2 Cents recently reviewed, I can't remember the name of it, but he reviewed one of these 360 gimbal cameras, and it looks like...
Oh, a PTZ camera.
Yeah, it looks like someone basically took a modern drone gimbal camera and gave it a USB output.
Interesting.
And I looked at that video and I want one of those cameras. I actually am seriously considering making the effort to reach out to the company and saying, your camera is perfect for my content. Please, can you send me a couple of these? And I will. I can assure you, I will really show off what they can be used for, because they are the perfect balance of you know, what should provide a pretty decent picture versus not using quote unquote cinema cameras.
Damn it!
So, the Insta360, yeah, £300. Yeah, they're kind of expensive, but £300. That's the thing. As soon as you're going to a mirrorless or DSLR setup. Like, if you want a mirrorless plus setup, you're going to be looking at several £100s because, like I said, remember you're going to need heavy rigging to hold the camera up, and you're going to need capture cards because HDMI output. So it's not just the cost of the camera at that point. Yeah. So £300 for an all-in-one solution is still actually not bad going.
Yeah.
So yeah, and for what it can do, yeah. Like, it's a lot, but then also, like, the Logitech Brio is like £200 at the moment, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it might have come down by now. During the pandemic, it went up that high. When it was released, it was 200 quid.
Yeah.
So it's not a cheap camera.
I've only seen them for like 115, 120 quid.
I mean, I'm not saying it's worth £200.
Yeah,
but
I was going to say only because I only look at Warehouse.
Yeah. However, that's how much they're asking for it, you know. Recently saw a video about dash cams which demonstrated the requirement. Yeah, and again, there's the issue is that mobile phones get a free pass because they've got all of the image processing on chip in the CPU, which is a hell of an advantage. But it still blows my mind that no one has basically made that. It blows my mind that no one has made a webcam that basically has a low-cost smartphone CPU in it that can do all of the image processing to a reasonable degree and then output that as either a HDMI or a USB video stream.
Or just make use of 40 gigabit USB and just dump it into a PC.
Sure. Yeah, I don't see why no one has done that yet, because, you know, the creator market, you know, so streamers and so on, would absolutely have a use for that, and we've got plenty of other. We've got plenty of other.
I guess
devices that are made specifically for the creator market.
But it's also, to a degree, kind of a case of just, because obviously, like a camera like that or something like that is also a camera when it's away from a computer.
Yeah.
So you can record away from a computer.
Yeah.
You can take photos with it and so on. It has other uses and other markets and so on.
Yeah.
Something like that would be so expensive to make because it sells in such low volume.
Yeah.
Meaning it'd have to be expensive, meaning it sells in low volume.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that thing of...
Sorry. It's coming through.
So the only people who could buy it are people who have lots of money, who would just buy a proper camera.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's like, I get it from sort of both sides on that. Just kind of a difficulty. But it does seem surprising that we're not seeing any sort of actual advancements in it on sort of standalone cameras. We're finally sort of seeing a little bit of advancement on laptop webcams.
Maybe anyway. Oh.
Aha! But maybe.
I'm looking for. Sai just said, "Oh, use your hot air station nozzles," which would work. However, I can't find my little nozzles. I don't know what that was.
JD.
Oh, it was my my IR. It was my IR thermalizer.
Your IR thermalizer.
Yes.
I see. Very well. And what does your IR thermalizer do?
It thermalizes IRs.
Ah, yes. The Flammenwaffer. The waffing flammels.
Oh my god, I'm making a lot of noise over here and I'm trying not to, but it's just the way it's going. I'm about to give up on this. Right, is this the smallest? It's not the smallest. It might be slightly narrower. I don't think it is. It's a little bit smaller.
I mean, it fits inside that one, so yes.
Yeah, that might be helpful. Make of that what you will. Right, do you want to fill or hold?
I will hold. One of these is open, I believe. One of them is not. You will be able to tell by one of them being punched through.
This one has been punched through. All right. Okay, right. For the sake of all of us, what happens if you use car coolant in an AIO? I don't know. I can't imagine that
being faster.
Yeah. It
depends what car coolant's made out of.
Yeah, I mean,
what is it made out of?
It's going to be water and an additive. It's going to have glycol in it, stuff to inhibit rust, antifreeze. You know, it's probably not bad. It's just got a bunch of stuff in it that you don't need, like the antifreeze and the rust inhibitors.
Didn't I think Postal used it and said it completely shredded his pump?
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly, and he had to buy a new pump in like 6 months or less.
Okay. Yes. Possibly. It might be way too aggressive then. Would be my guess. Right, here goes nothing, everyone. I'm going to start. Oh, we possibly need power for this.
Directions are difficult.
All right. Okay, we're ready. Right, I'm going to add in some fluid before we start going. Here goes nothing. Oops.
That's 25 pence.
All right. Oh. Oh, that's overflowing. Okay, I'm going to pulse it.
That squirted at me.
Oh, of course, that's because it's pulling out and then pushing it down that hose.
Yes. I don't entirely know how we could do this with both of them being open.
Yes, we need to close one of them. I think that's the one that we're going to want.
Fill into that one.
Yeah, we are doing this wrong. Yep, all right.
I will require the big one.
The biggest Maximus.
Please insert.
I can probably just do that. There you go.
Sure.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I think you should pour some fluid.
I'll pour your fluid.
Yes, you are. This is literally my fluid. I think you need to turn the pump on.
Yep. I think you're right. Filling through the cold plate would have been better. Oh, this sucks. We're just going to have to run it dry while we fill it, aren't we?
Sure.
Yeah, should we just go... Are we just going to go death or glory here?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Predominantly death.
Yeah. Wrong hole. Okay, we don't know which one. Anyway, here we go. This is not going well.
This is not working.
No, abandon.
This is not working.
No, it's not going in there.
I don't know how those holes work, But I feel like you must use a great deal of pressure.
Yeah, we need like a syringe or something like that to fill through there. So
You'd need a syringe of the capacity of this to be able to force it all the way through and fill the entire thing in a single motion.
yeah, they'll have a special tool for this, won't they?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Get another bucket so you can reuse the liquid. Maybe. Either way, we're not going to fuss too much because we're only wasting like drops at a time, like just tiny dribbles. Either way, we've got to take those off. Okay, here goes nothing. Right. Bang! Sorry. That's the sound my monitor makes when it degausses.
The only way I get serotonin as a 30-something-year-old. I'm only allowed 1 serotonin a month.
I see you too follow Swift on security on Twitter.
They are the greatest of shit posters.
Uh,
It's alive!
oh god, there's thermal paste in the holes.
Yep. Damn it, Spud. It's all Spud's fault.
Thankfully, none of that is going to go past the gasket. So, all right.
Yes, the gasket will protect us.
Gasket, yeah.
Let's go through the keyhole.
All right. Bench cam with face.
Who lives in a house like this?
All right, here we go. Shut up, whoever's blowing up my phone.
Just turn it on and pour.
I mean, sure.
It's already broken. Hold on. I can't do that now. I think we're full.
No! No! Fuck! Oh, well, there's the air.
There we go.
Wow, wow. Okay, stop laughing, Caradog. You've got one job right now, and that's don't laugh. Wow.
It's very frothy.
I'm not surprised for what we're doing to it. Stop laughing! Self-control. You are a beacon at sea. You are calm. Oh my... all right, that's enough.
It sounds like a duck very slowly being killed.
You may relax.
Oh.
Okay, let's top it up, and then we'll pulse it. Don't forget to slice off the foam. That's the bitter end. Yeah. All right. I'm on pulse duty.
Some of this space will be taken up by the gasket and the microfins.
Yeah. Yeah, we could just overfill now and assume that that's going to be good enough once it's all in there. There's a little bit of scum that we have managed to bring up. I am actually legitimately... There we go.
Just going to try and wipe it all off.
Yeah. That's remarkably effective, just doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Which way round was this? Was...
There's a little bit of air to go here.
Blip, blip.
All right. I think we've got our money's worth. All right, let's go for it.
Do you want to turn it on with this on there? Just because it's filling out?
No, because I think it's just going to suck in a whole bunch of air.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah.
That way.
So now I'm going to press that down. And then... Right, I'm pressing that down. Now I'm going to grab a bit of kitchen roll. And I'm just going to run that over the screws.
That is loosely in there. Just so hopefully that doesn't move.
Yeah. Just so we can just pull as much as we can out of those screw holes so it doesn't hydrolock. That's probably good enough. All right, if you get another one in, so we've got 3 in, and then I can relax. Any biocide in that water? This is Corsair XL5. So it's a standard water cooling coolant, which will already have... I see. Which will already have like some biocides and some additives in and stuff like that. Oh, let's go around. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, you can see how it's squeezing a little bit out from the joint.
Yeah, that's fine. There's going to be some air in there somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah. Based on our experience with the NZXT coolers, I think this one is the way forward. It has taken us an hour and a half to do this. I don't think we're doing 4 of them.
I wasn't planning on it either. To be honest, I was planning on taking one apart, having a look at it, leaving the others.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And specifically doing this one because it's a different size.
Yeah.
And then
we're kind of just exploring here just to see whether, you know, can we clean them up and will it just implode?
Yeah. Because then what I was going to say is basically the next thing will be if we can work out mounting it onto something, actually testing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Just because obviously we need before and after numbers really to be able to say whether it's working.
True. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Are you still about, Spud? What do these look like when they're failed in a computer? Do you get diminished cooling or do you get no cooling at all? Like, do they just completely jam up? I think the other thing will be, like, will this thing quieten down if we leave it to run for 5 minutes now? Because if it carries on making that noise, then that's kind of no bueno, really. But right, stick the cap on that. Put those somewhere. Wow. Okay.
More towel.
Now we're using XL5. When we dry this out, everything will be sticky because glycol.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. You gonna plug it in?
I'm thinking about it. I'm threatening to. Oh, yep, sorry. There's a load of water on that connector. It's fine. Activate.
Nope.
I want to say it's getting quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming good. I mean, the pump is shot, but I think it's I don't think you could use these in production. No, I think the pump's shot.
Yes.
Yeah. That might have come through. Just try it out, yeah. We'd have to stick it on something. I mean, we can we can sit and just hold it against a CPU.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we don't have time to look at anything else. Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if you were prompting me to do something.
No. I was just jiggling it a bit.
Yep, you were juggling. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Wait. Okay, right. Stop it. America. Okay, right. Let's put the test bench up on the thing and just hold that down against a CPU and see if it cools it.
Yeah.
Because if it does that, like said, the pump is shot. You can't use it in production, but if it kind of sort of works, we can use them as testing stuff or something. The other ones might not be so bad as well. This is just one, you know.
Yeah, it's also a case of we ran it a lot with nothing in it.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a judicious thwack.
Violence! Look at the oppression inherent in the system.
This is not doing anything. I'm going to stop hitting it now.
This is now just violence.
It's a dead pump. However, if it looks like it was pumping liquid, so you know if it's doing something, get a mallet. Yeah, you missed like 50. Hello, Teltac. Yes, Teltac, you missed all the crotch cam.
It's okay. You can watch it later, and then you can provide us engagement by commenting on it.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Or I've been watching a lot of CoffeeZilla over the past week. So as he would say, pump the stock. That was my CoffeeZilla impression.
Okay.
Pump the stock. That's not even what he sounds like. But...
Who is?
How do you not know who CoffeeZilla is? CoffeeZilla's the vogue at the moment. He's the internet detective, and he does journalistic videos reporting on internet scams, crypto scams, stuff like that. He's very good.
I have no idea who this person is.
Yeah, but yeah, CoffeeZilla is very he does top down views showing like when a crypto coin has crashed, he will do a post mortem and say, this is why the coin crashed. This is how it crashed. This is the people who were involved with it. These are probably the people who crashed it. And this is why you shouldn't have invested in it in the first place, because it was a flawed concept that was invariably going to be a scam for these reasons. kind of
Yes.
thing. And he'll explain, how the pump and dumps work, and when
first you meet a girl at. Oh wait.
Well, like when an influencer does an obvious pump and dump, he'll dig through and he'll do a little bit of digging and unearthing and figure out what their crypto wallet is, and then he'll be like, the blockchain doesn't lie. So look, here are their transactions. This is when they acquired their tokens. This is when they sold off. So when they told you that they weren't scamming you, here is evidence that they were lying because they had already sold at the time when they told you they weren't scamming you, kind of thing. And stuff like that.
This feels like it would be solved by but crypto.
Yeah, kind of, but it basically, it's very interesting. He shows yes, but crypto, but also he shows but why crypto kind of thing. So yeah.
Now it just sounds like a Pokemon. But why crypto?
Anyway, right. CoffeeZilla is a conspiracy theorist? No, absolutely not.
Good evening, crypto.
Or I've not seen any conspiracy theories from Coffee anyway. Oh, that was weird. I thought I could hear a faulty pump running then, and I was like, everything's turned off though. Stand by. Go. Okay. Whoop. We're still going to want this. Right, let's move this out of the way. It's interesting. The colour of the water that came out of this cooler is about the same as the colour of the water that comes through the leak in the ceiling. So make of that what you will. What bench is this? I can't remember the model number of this, but yes, it's the same one that Der Bauer has, I believe. We've had this for ages. Grab the stick, grab it, do it. I mean, we could. Is there a CPU stress test?
Stock? Stick?
The PE
stick.
Yeah, I will grab it. I'm getting the P stick. Wait, sorry.
The P stick?
The Windows PE bootable USB flash drive.
Oh, okay.
I've lost it.
We knew this.
It's fine. It's fine. Give me a moment.
Or do you mean the PE stick?
No, the Windows PE portable flash drive boot drive flash stick.
Right. Okay. You weren't using it as a reference for sanity or marbles or lucidity.
Terror. All right.
Good. I require.
Who left that there? What are you looking for?
Thermal paste.
I see. Oh yes, that makes sense.
I don't want my 5950X to die.
Do you want to use a less mission critical CPU per se?
No, I just don't want it to die.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh.
So I was going to say, we've got a 3950X here as well that's obviously a bit less of a disaster.
There you
go. Okay. Watching my videos has given you the confidence to do motherboard change in your laptop. Awesome, dude. Good luck.
I mean, to be honest, it looks like it will physically fit on AM4.
I mean, should we put the clamp on it and just see if anything lines up?
It doesn't have the mount.
Yeah, where's the... Oh, you've got it there already, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't actually have the mount because it is too big.
Oh, okay,
but, like, it physically fits around the socket. So if you had a smaller one of these, the arms weren't so long, it would physically fit.
Yeah. We'll have to find out if what other things are available for this. General question: when thermal paste heats up to 70 or higher, does it gas off? I don't think so. I think they're good for a bit more than that. Like they go out of optimal range per se.
No, hold on.
But yeah, they still work.
I'm trying to just work out an arrangement.
Yeah, I think hanging off the side here. Yeah,
That's
okay.
out of the way.
All right.
That'll do. That'll do.
I see. Right, yeah, so if you jam that into just CPU fan then. Okay, this looks jank as hell. I'll get the capture set up.
I require a GPU. Which one shall we take from the shelf?
Oh, yeah. Do you want the 1060? That's a bit...
I grabbed it because I could reach it.
I see, okay.
And because I have a single 8-pin to plug in.
Okay.
And that's it.
Very well. Right. HDMI out. Then I need...
There you go.
Where is the other HDMI? Oh, don't tell me I used it here.
It's on the back of the microscope.
Seen. Yeah. I knew there was another one somewhere. Oh yeah, this is how we actually fixed it last time. That's why we need an extra HDMI, so I can still have one on the microscope. Yes.
Yes, and you need it to not be grey.
Yes. I've gone under. Yes, because every cable trailing across the floor right now is grey. Good, right. Getting punched in the face.
I presume we want USB 3 for this.
Sure. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Right, are we good? We've got everything. The only thing we don't have is fans on the rad, but...
That is not a concern.
Yeah.
There are many other things that are of concern.
All right. Right. Do you want to hold or operate? I can take over the holding if you want.
I will hold it. It is fine.
Okay. Right. There. Activate. I'm not hearing that come on. I'm attempting to... Ah. There we go. Let's see. CPU fan, 3900 RPM. It's doing a thing, yeah. Right, CPU temperature, 30 and falling. It is cooling. Right, hang on a sec. Let me switch to capture. Sorry. Capture with face cam. Ah, this hacking thing. Ugh, stand by. Something off about the XR1 setup at the moment. Yeah, give it a sec. I just unplugged it and replugged it.
Oh, it is the... Yeah, I was just making sure the XR1 was actually the XR1.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, right. CPU, 22 degrees. That came down from 30 just a moment ago, so it is actually doing a thing. Cool, right, let's...
Which we can demonstrate.
Yep, so CPU temperature is starting to soar, 32, yeah. And it's coming down again. So it is actually, it's moving heat.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. All right, XMP we don't really care about right now. We're not drag racing.
Please do not enable XMP.
Yeah.
It is not a bootable XMP.
Yeah. Oh, are we? This mouse is being squicky. It might be because my...
It might be because you dropped it. It might be because your fingers are glycolized.
It could be all of these things. Right, can we get to... I want boot menu. Oh, boot sequence.
Go to advanced.
Yeah.
And then arrow across to boot. And then boot
there
override.
There we go. Right,
there you go.
Boot override. All right. We're loading. We're loading into Windows PE.
Maybe. Yes.
Welcome. The configuration is in progress. That was a fade out. Are we about to launch into something here? No? Okay. I was like, is it about to do a really dorky video or something like that? While Floor Lamp has just got it so it just does a video of me going, oh, or something, for no particular reason. No, this is a serious product that Wild Floor Lamps has prepared.
So
cool.
what actually is this?
So this is
is this Windows?
Yeah, this is a portable version of Windows running off of the flash drive.
Right. Okay.
So this is recovery environment on steroids, basically.
Right. Okay.
So because it's recovery, because we actually have a desktop here, you can actually run utilities while running directly off it. You can run full-blown EXEs here. Just It's got limits, you know, because we're running effectively without drivers.
Run hardware info.
So yeah, we can hardware info now. Some sensors only. There we go. Okay. It's just wow. We got snapping as well. Right, CPU. Oh, do we not get CPU? Oh, there we go. CPU temperatures. Yeah, there we go. So there's our CPU temperature. So yeah, this thing is doing a job. It's doing its job. So let's see if we can hit it with a load. Do we have? I'm just going to move that over there. Prime 95. There we go. I have no idea how to Prime 95, by the way. Just stress testing.
Join GIMPs. Oh. Small FFTs.
Small FFTs. Okay. Use hyperthreading, more stressful. Okay. All right, here we go. CPU 52. We jumped up by 20 degrees to there. It's holding at 52, 55, 54, 53, 52. So if you started pressing down harder then, that was effective. So while that's running, do we have Task Manager in this? Yes, we do. Processes, performance, that's what I'm looking for. Ooh, those are some nice tiny little CPU charts there.
Oh my god, it's XP.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, actually. However, yeah, it's...
Well, can you WinVer it?
Sure. WinVer. What does WinVer tell us about this? 2004... Windows 10 2004.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, there's lots of interesting stuff about this Windows PE environment. However, I'm not going to go into them now because I don't actually know all of the details. However, if anyone is interested in this that we're running, Wild Floor Lamp is saying various things. Wild Floor Lamp prepared this one for us. I believe we're going to make this generally available for people, aren't we? That's the plan.
I don't know.
I
have not been involved in this conversation.
I see. Neither have I, except for the point of Wild Floor Lamp was just like, I'm going to make you a Windows PE setup because you should be doing that because you're bad for not having that. And I'm like, yes, sir. So yeah. That's holding up reasonably well without you putting pressure on it. So yeah, it's holding at mid-50s under full load. Oh, what are the core clocks supposed to be? Because they're not high.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Why are we only at 2.8 all core?
I don't know. Apparently the BIOS got reset at some point.
Yeah, but like surely the stock all core should be higher than that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if it was throttling, we'd be up in the high 70s, pushing 80s. If we were
presume so.
Yeah, if we were up at the 80-degree marker, I would say it was throttling and just not telling us the actual temperature. Does PE use turbo stuff? Yeah, this is true. We don't have a quote unquote CPU driver running, so we might not be getting the true picture here.
Yeah.
This is more of a case of just, you know, this is a confidence test. But yeah, the cooler is working by the fact that we're sitting here at 100% load. So yeah. What is power use? Oh, that's a good test. We're sitting at 122 watts power usage. Hang on a sec, let me just roll that up to the top so you can see it.
There you go.
Yeah,
Let
there we go.
Just...
I see.
It's also the case to...
Oh, yeah, we're running high now. We're at 80 degrees. Whatever you just did upset it. Oh, did you push off of the core then?
Also, just the radiator is getting...
Oh, is it saturating?
Mildly... It is increasing in temperature. It is not hot.
We're coming back down. We pulsed up to 80 then when you let go for a sec, but now it's coming back down again.
I also think the cold plate just stopped making contact.
Yeah. We've got no fans on this thing, so yeah, it's saturating. I think that's enough of that. Right, we've just come off load, so now we should see the temperature plummet. Or actually, it probably won't because we can't cool down the liquid because we've got no fans. Yeah, the liquid is saturated. I'm going to shut this down because this is not a controlled setup.
Yeah. Reboot into BIOS.
On it. It's not stopped. Oh, I see. Did I just minimize? Did I minimize the thing when I just hit X then? I assumed X would close it, but yeah, that's fine.
And then go to XMP and just enable XMP.
Okay, hang on a sec. System info. Oh, the temperatures are over there. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure the CPU temperature was coming down.
Yeah.
Right. XMP.
Yeah. Profile 1, and then go. Where the hell is the actual what?
Do you want to swap places?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I will need to.
I've got it. Wow, this is warm. Everything over here is warm. What? I mean, we've been dumping 120 watts into it, so.
Where are all of the settings? Why does this look very weird as well? What did you do?
I don't know.
What did you do to my motherboard, Graham?
I did nothing. I'm going to try and blow through the rad. I don't think that's going to work very much.
What? Like, where?
I tell you what. I'm just tempted to turn it off for the 5 minutes it'll take us to stick some fans on the rad.
Where are all of the options? Oh.
Also, can you make sure that the CPU fan is set to 100%?
Oops,
because I think it's on a curve at the moment.
Probably. There you go. And F6. Oops. Apparently I typed 40.
Yeah.
And then D. What?
I think the liquid's at about 50 degrees C.
CPU fan.
The bloody thing is held up.
Full speed. Apply to all fans. There you go. I'll wait for that to come round and then you can turn it off.
Okay.
Please finish posting. Thank you.
There we go. Had to walk away overall. Does it work? Sort of. Yes, it does cool. The pump sounds shot, so this isn't something that you could put back into production service, but it is cooling the CPU. It is working. So, like, if you ignore the noise, what are you looking for?
Fans.
Oh, the fans are. Oh, where did all the fans go?
120s, yeah.
Oh, they're all in front of the. They're all on the workbench. Yeah. Yeah. However, as a test cooler, it is functional.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Right. I'm trying to remove this without ripping the CPU out of the socket. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we were sitting just holding it down against the CPU then with no fans on it, and it was doing all right. So, all right. We'll put some fans on that, and then we'll run it again. Okay, right. Let's see. I'm I'm going to back. I'm looking back through the chats. You've actually switched to a completely new PE build system over the last week, with dozens to hundreds of new tools. Okay, fair enough. Well, stay up to date on this. Good enough for Australia, absolutely. Good. Zip tie now. No, we've got actual screws. Oh, do you mean like? Oh, I wonder if we could. Oh. It's time for more jank. Heckin' Adam Williams coming in with the big brain idea. Might need to lift up the board to do this.
It is screwed down.
Yeah, I'm just checking where the two screws are. You're gonna have a smoke and probably hit a bar. Yep, no problem. Thanks for dropping by, Wild Floor Lamp. Thanks for the PE build as well. I know we've only lightly brushed on it, but I do. Yeah, that looks very cool. I will be looking further into this, and I want to make content based around it. Bring on the jank. Right. Can you hold this up slightly? My objective is to run these zip ties through the mounts. Can you see where I'm going with this? Right, that's... Oh, don't fall through. There we go. That can go there. Stand by. And 1 and 2. All right, and let's just settle that back down on the stands. Okay. Screw. And screw. If you could just... oh, that won't work, actually. No, never mind. I don't even need you.
Good.
Means I'm getting on okay on my own. Right. I think I'm going to need a couple more cable ties. This is a lot of work for something that we're probably going to remove once we're finished. However, hypothetically though, roll with me here. This is not helpful, but thank you. I value our friendship. Put that there. I'm nearly there, people. It's going to be great. You'll see. It's going to be amazing. It's not. It's going to be subpar, but, you know. No! Oh, it's fallen through. Can I... Oh. Carrot dog.
Yes.
Fell through.
Yes.
Whose idea was this?
Yours. Actually, it was that one guy in chat. Yeah, blame that one guy in chat.
Yeah. Big brain, my ass. All right. Come on. Nope, I've got to lift it up. You could... Oh. Okay. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Right. And one of those to there so it can't fall through. Okay, there we go. Right. And hoop.
Are you done?
It's done now. Big shock.
I see.
Quick maths.
Very well.
Come to you live from Island Records.
Okay.
Memes. Right, okay. All right, here we go. So we've got... This boy is heavy.
Are you going to put the mounting bracket on it and then just zip tie over the arms?
I was planning on just zip tying over the entire sodding water block. However...
Because I feel like you're not going to have enough length.
I think you might be right. I think that might need another one in the middle, but stand by. Oh, come on. It's engaging.
We need the gamer's Nexus pressure map.
Oh. I'll put in an extra one. It's fine. It's fine. I can save it. Sorry, bear with...
I don't know what you're doing, but okay.
All right. All right. It's going to be great. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Oh, that's twisting too much. Okay, right. So if we put that... There we go. Well, that'll do. All right. Ye of little faith.
Please plug in the fans to something.
Right, we're going with chassis fan 1 and CPU optional. That feels wrong. No, that was right. Why wasn't that plugging in? Stiff clip. All right, hit it. Can't hear the pump at all over the noise of the fans. I mean, you can, but... Right. I should have left it on that. However, zip ties. What the hell is that? I think... But both of these fans are shot. Spud! Both of these fans have shot bearings in them. What? You know how we had some really crap Enermax fans before we started streaming?
What, you mean these really crap Enermax fans?
No, some different really crap Enermax fans. And then we looked at these and you're like, oh, look at that. Those are much nicer than the crap ones we were looking at. They're all crap, Caradog.
It's okay, I can fix this.
No, don't... What do you... No. What are you reaching for? Have you got the horrible ones? Okay, no. Okay, you've got that. I mean... I see. Right. Everything's so loud. Okay, let me go to capture. Let's see if it actually heckin' works. What are the temperatures like right now?
I don't know. The
I mean,
scaling
they're blowing air, so we have cooling.
83, maybe.
83? Idle?
The display scaling is impossible to work with.
Before you put this under load, yeah, was that 83 under load?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, that's a bit more acceptable. I thought it was 83 at idle. Oh my days, capture, please, I'm begging you, stop failing. Yeah. All right. Okay, how are we looking?
There we go.
That 35 idle, yeah. Oh, right, we have clock speeds again. Okay, so we're hitting it with LinPack now. So this is a high load. The capture has failed again. Right, I'm going to keep my finger on the trigger for redoing the capture now. Can I tab into that? Oh, there we go, I found it. All right, there we go. Right, how are we looking?
Apparently in the 50s.
Awesome. And we're at 4.5 all core. That's more like it for a 5950X, isn't it?
Yeah. 115 watts, apparently.
Interesting. So actually...
oh yeah, 144 total
oh yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure how we're at a lower power load.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, CPU core 115, total package power 142. Or total
so
tracking.
Yeah,
PPT.
This is a 240mm AIO. So like doing mid 50s, that's quite impressive if you ask me. Although maybe I'm just used to a 5800X, which is impossible to cool effectively.
Yeah. I mean, the mount seems to be shockingly good.
Yeah, considering the way we've just mounted that, that's a lot better than I thought it would be. I would have been happy with the mid 70s.
I wonder if we're clock stretching up the wazoo.
What's don't know. Oh, it's just dropped to 3.6, or is that just between cycles?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll see when we get actual performance numbers at the end.
Fair enough. Do you know what gigaflops to expect from this?
It should be sub 60 seconds.
Fair enough. Okay then. Right. Let's see.
Yeah, it's just gonna die.
Link to WinPE. I don't know yet. Wild Floor Lamp sorted us out with this because you kind of have to build and set it up yourself. And I want to find out all the basics for that, and then I'll probably make a video about how to make one of these yourself because it was pretty nifty. That looks like it's gone off load.
Yeah.
So something isn't right there.
Yeah, that's just a weird result there.
Yeah, okay. Unsurprisingly, the janky setup isn't running properly, but fine. Terribly mounted cooler with TAT fans at 55 degrees. Yeah, I mean, despite all of the noise, it's working, it's cooling. So, yeah. I'm tempted to say, call that a win. So, yeah, this thing isn't usable because it's really noisy. Frozen capture. Oh, right. Got it. Boil some water and distill it, some zip ties, and you can fix. I mean, we've already got proper coolant in there. But, yeah. We'll come up with a better mounting system than that. But, at face value, though, this cooler works. Cleaning it out and refilling it does get it working again. But if the pump is already shot, then it's too late. And my guess is the pump is going to be shot on all of them because you're not going to know that it's clogged until it starts making that noise.
Yeah, or until your performance tanks.
Yeah. So my guess is that all of them are going to be basically in the same boat. But on the other hand, though, it does show that, yeah, It's a shame. I wish I knew how to fix a pump bearing, because that would be interesting if that was possible. High temps are usually the complaint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not noisy pumps. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Fair enough then. Right, okay. Have we got anything more to learn from this right now?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Right, okay, so what are our intentions then? I think what we're going to do, we're going to figure out a mounting system for these things. And then we could do this again. Now, this has been a proof of concept, basically. If we can work out a mounting system to mount one of these onto AM4, then we can try and refurb the others and actually do proper back-to-back testing and find out if it's possible to refurb these and put them into some kind of useful use case. Probably have to 3D print a new bracket, maybe. But yeah. And as I say, obviously these fans, you put different fans on it, no problem. The pump noise is annoying, but if it works, it works. And you could use it in a scenario, you could use it for test rigs where you don't care about the noise it makes. Or you never know, we might find some of the others, the pumps may go quiet once they've been refilled. They might not be as far gone as this one was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. All right. Let's see. Do we have a drill? Yeah, we could probably make something up. It's quite possible. Good. Okay, right. I think we're going to wrap up in that case because we are at a stopping point, and we're at a stopping point at the length of time that this podcast is supposed to be, which is approximately 2 hours.
Indeed. Congratulations, you did it.
We did it. And so did you. That's right, I'm talking to you specifically.
I love you, random citizen.
Very good. Debloat required, maybe. At some point, I want to have a look at Commander Soyo.
Oh yeah, the like special OS thing he linked to.
Yeah.
None of the passwords work.
Oh, I see.
I'm like, good job.
Yeah, I want to have a look at. Yeah, if we get a working version of that, I want to see what his idea of a debloat looks like. So yeah. Hi from the Isle of Skye. Another fun stream. Thanks for the $5, Harris. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Rich, thanks for the $2 as well. Much appreciated. Hope you guys found that kind of interesting. This is not the first time we've done an AIO refill, but it's kind of interesting to refill these just to show that you can kind of service these things. It's not that difficult. You just need to be...
Yeah.
You're breathtaking, yeah. You just need to have a little bit of nous and be willing to get wet, basically. So, yeah.
What's going on there?
Good. Let's see. Anything else? Nice to see that Cools could maybe get a second chance at life. Yeah, well, that's the interesting thing. Yeah. 3D print won't work. I agree. Oh. I think the fans are coming good. I think the wobbly bearings in those fans have heated up to the point where they've started spinning true. God, these fans are tornadoes. This thing is loud. All right, am I off out tonight? No, but we're at the 2-hour mark and we don't have time to do another one. And yeah. The only other thing we're going to do is sit and watch Caradog start overclocking RAM. Unless you guys want more content from that point.
Well, I was going to say, do need to go through and see what that random B-die kit does.
Could have a look at that, yeah. Does anyone want to see what the B-die kit that we found last week can do? Out of zip ties. No, I got loads of them, we're fine. We have the zip tie buckets. Sleepwalk says yes, please. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, in that case, I need to pee. So
okay, you go do that.
I'm not saying I was trying to wrap up so I could go to the loo, but I didn't want to go to the loo and then wrap up. I will be right back. I'm going to put my microphone not near this.
Indeed. I don't know what's going on here. Single test. You'll do. Give me some numbers. Goodbye, Mr. Spud Nugget. We will see you again. And so on. I require a USB. But yes, I have no idea what's going on with this board. But hey, we shall find out. I genuinely can't remember what a good score for a 5950X is in Cinebench, though. I haven't run stock in a long time. Na 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 na. I think it's about 30,000. Yeah, 28,000. Okay, so that appears to be working. Oh, yeah. Right. Hardware monitor. There we go. Right. Let's see what Stuff and Things does in that. Because the effective core clock should be the same as the actual core clocks. And then CPU temperature. Yeah, that's 70 degrees. That's more like it. Yeah, something's just not loading properly for Limpack. Because we should be seeing way higher temperatures in Limpack than we do in Cinebench. But Cinebench is giving us like 20C higher. Just because, yeah, we're getting weird not clocking properly. Nus. In Limpack. But yes, 28,265 points in Cinebench. All the points. Yeah.
Okay. Groovy. Right,
Yeah.
so...
I need to just... Something's going on weird with this. Have you got a flash drive?
Yes, what do you want?
I just
for
want to BIOS it.
BIOS it, yeah.
Yeah. 205 watts. Cool. Gigabyte X570 Aorus no. Master. Oh, that's not how you spell that word. Scan the QR code. No thanks.
Okay.
Le support. Oops.
I was looking for a hot plate. Why don't you use an iron? I've got a hot plate already now. I've got the. I ended up getting the Miniware hot plate because I had some Amazon vouchers, so I bought a Miniware hot plate.
Is this the PlayStation 4?
Oh right, yes. It used to be. I've left the PS4 name on this flash drive because this is now just the PS4 flash drive, even though it very rarely actually has the PS4 image on it anymore. Right. While you do that, I'm going to change out these fans for something less devastating. Also, could you jump into BIOS, and if you just set the fans to like 50% duty cycle? Because they don't...
required?
I would like to not be deafened because it's increasing my mental workload.
F6.
I'm going to grab another 2 random Enermax fans and see if they're just as wrecked as these ones are. Ah. Was that 50%?
I don't know. I just set it onto the normal profile.
Oh, okay. Also, we've just lost power to the cooler, so you might want to... Yeah, make sure the CPU header is on max.
Interesting. I'll have a look at that in 2 secs.
Yeah, so I'll move CPU optional to a case fan.
What?
Oh, you changed it at exactly the moment I unplugged the fan, and I was very confused. Right, sysfan 2. There we go. All right, that's fine. I can deal with the pump noise. I can't deal with that amount of fan noise. All right, BIOS update is in action. Oh, there is a new BIOS update available as well. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
This entire version newer.
Cool. Right. So we're going to update this. Yeah, what was the weirdness then? Was it just because of the way it would seem to be like downclocking, or just like just not testing properly?
Yeah, something's odd.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm
see if that clears up, and then if that clears up, then we can swap out to the B-die kit, and then we can just start seeing see what you can do on that, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. I wonder what would happen. No, it would still be about the same. I was about to say, I wonder what would happen if we ran the pump at like 80%. But I think we'll just get slightly less noise.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you've got a bit of a noise on your AIO pump, sometimes just running it at like 80 or 90% instead of 100% will just cut the noise completely for almost zero loss of performance. However, this is not a case of that. This is just a shot pump bearing. So
is the B-die kit in there?
Yeah, let me pull it out.
That's fine.
Arnold G says he runs 50 to 80. Yeah, I think I run about 50 to 80 on my PC at home as well. All right. So the B-die kit, for those of you who weren't here last week, we were changing out a motherboard in my PC, and the motherboard came with another Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro memory kit. And this is a 16 gigabyte 3200 kit, which ordinarily would be nothing to write home about. It'd be a case of, sure, it's fine. However, based on the version number of the PCBs, we determined this is actually a Samsung B-die kit. So although it's 3200 memory, it's very, very possible that we could do big speeds on these modules, which would be kind of interesting. So that's what we're actually going to push into now. I'm going to try and bully Caradog into actually giving commentary on what settings he's changing as a special treat. Maybe we'll find out the esoteric ways of memory overclocking.
I won't go that far. But no, basically, I'm going to cheat and skip all the way to the end and go, here are the B-die timings from earlier. Let's just apply these and go from there.
I see.
And basically, it will just be a case of, I'll bash those in.
Those Patriot Steel Vipers are B-die, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely. So there is a reasonably inexpensive way of guaranteeing B-die by buying these Patriot Viper steel sticks. They are 44,000 rated, but the XMP is 1922. And basically it's a case of, because it's flat 19s as opposed to doing something like 19, 20, 20, 20, 38, I think it is. It's basically a case of it's likely to be B-die.
Yeah, because there's nothing else that could do that speed at time.
And it's a case of it's the TRCDWR that is what B-die can do particularly fast by comparison to anything else. Because like I could run,
I'm going to turn this on so it can try and start posting.
Yeah, I could run that B-die kit at 3933 on 1618, 1628.
Yeah.
Which is tight timings
Yeah.
at high speed, and that's what B-Die specializes in. Basically, is that.
Yeah. Cool.
And what you'll notice here is you see here V-Core SoC. You know, I was saying last week about
yeah. The Asus board was starting at like 0.9.
Was it 0.9? And just Gigabyte just starts at 1.2.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of it just starts at much higher. And like VDD 18 actually exists and is labeled on these boards. And that just starts at 1.8 as opposed to floating around 1.75.
What's VDD 18 then?
That, as far as we're aware, affects Infinity Fabric clock scaling. So you can sometimes push a few tenths more into it, and it might just give you another 25 megahertz or something. You're talking very, very tiny amounts, but it might just take you from 3933 to 3966 speed RAM sort of thing.
Yeah. So for context, CPUs don't just have one rail on them. Just starting from the ground up for people who are just like, what are you guys getting into here? A CPU will actually have like 7 or even 10 voltage rails going into it. The one that everyone talks about is V-Core, which is the big workhorse rail, but there's actually like half a dozen or even a dozen other voltage rails going to the CPU doing other stuff. So the other common ones will be, for example, the IO die, and then that one, VDD18, that one is named as such because the default is 1.8 volts. And that is obviously a voltage rail that's affecting something else that is to do with Infinity Fabric, as Caradog just said. So that's what all of these weird voltages are. They're other rails going into the CPU. And by manipulating those, we can just get the CPU to do other things in a stable way. So yes, that's where we're going with that. Now, normally all of these other rails would not be exposed in BIOS because theoretically there's no reason to fiddle with them. But obviously some people have figured out that there is a reason to adjust some of them. So on overclocking oriented motherboards like this Aorus Master, there's actually some mileage in that. So yeah. So Caradog is currently just dialing in some preset timings that he has, which theoretically should give us a high speed. What's the base speed you're aiming for?
Just the 3200.
Okay, so we're just aiming for 3200, but tight timings.
But I'm just going through and tightening up some of the timings.
Yeah.
As you'll see, some of them do auto load at like 1, which is the lowest number the register can go to.
Yeah.
And things like that. So it's a case of, sure, you can set that, but it's also a case of it's already 1. SD. Interesting. 4. DDD,
fair enough.
DDD 5.
So what's your source for these timings at the moment? Is this so I see this is a screen cap from Zen Timings.
Yeah, it's a screenshot from Zen Timings.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the timings I got with the other set of these sticks I've got.
Okay, yeah.
And then just banged into this board with these sticks in, with that CPU in before, and it worked. So it's a case of, and these should be reasonably close to optimized B-Die timings.
Yeah. So you originally got these timings through a mixture of some presets that you found other people have got, and then you've tweaked them a little bit yourself to try and get as low as you can. And now we're just going to see if this kit will just immediately do the same thing.
Yeah, and it's a case of some of them will go lower, like that and that have autoed lower. But it's just a case of I want to minimize variables right now, and I'm just going to set the timings that I know function on this kit.
Yeah.
Set that and go and just see what happens, and then go from there, basically.
Fair enough.
Oh, for goodness sake.
JD says, that's a horrible spec XMP. Wonder if this is a binning reject B-Die. It might be, which might explain why it's a B-Die kit that is just sold as a 3200 kit.
Yeah, or
because,
it's also just a case of obviously the fact that its XMP isn't going to be overly tight.
yeah,
Because they want it to work out the box on as much stuff as possible.
XMP is theoretically supposed to be at fairly safe timings.
Where the hell is RD?
And see anything we're impressed with from CES? I haven't been tracking a huge amount of it, if I'm honest. I've not been watching a lot of tech YouTube over the past week. I've seen stuff appearing on LTT, like the crazy chairs and some laptops and stuff, but I've not seen anything that's changed my world personally. So yeah. Why not use a Ryzen DRAM calculator? That would be a starting point. If you're starting from absolute zero, then yes, Ryzen DRAM calculator would be a very good place to start from to get some known good timings. Caradog effectively already has those timings, which he has already tweaked a little bit further. And those are the presets that he's currently dialing in off of his phone at the moment. However, yeah, if you didn't have a cheat sheet, if you don't have Caradog's cheat sheet, Ryzen DRAM calculator would be a good place to start to get some basic timings to start out with that theoretically should just immediately tighten you up from the XMP spec.
Oh yeah, we'll just leave that on that. Come on, right, yeah, that can be fine. Get on, yeah, we'll leave that on auto. Yeah, that's fine. That should have worked all fine. Good. Right. There you go. I'm now going to go to...
If you don't have a Caradog, then use an app. Yes, pretty much.
And then instantly just slam 1.4 volts. And away! For B-die, the voltage scaling continues for for a long way. And like the XMP on this kit is at 1.45 volts.
Oh wow, that's fairly aggressive. Yeah.
What
have you dialed into this one for?
1.4.
1.4, yeah.
Yeah, just 1.4 at 3200, and just a case of can it do it?
Yeah. So we've gone for pretty aggressive timings, but we're still at 3200. So so now it's a case of can it do its stock speed at aggressive timings?
Yeah, and I think the answer is no. But it didn't reset. Interesting.
No, that looks like it's stuck. What would be the failure mode at this point? Would it be power cycling if it can't run the RAM at that speed?
I would have just expected it to have turned off and then turned back on again.
Fair enough, yeah. It's not advancing at any rate.
Absolutely. This is bizarre.
Is it worth trying those timings at like 3000 or something like that?
Well then,
don't give it that funny look. We've got shredded fans and a shredded pump. It's all gonna sound shredded. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
JD says 1.5 volts and send it.
Well, yeah, basically.
I'd like to not suicide this RAM kit.
Suicide would be like 2.1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very much cycling.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Now it's power cycling, yeah. Look, I wanted to change the fans. I might sit and change the fans while you dick around with this.
Right, we'll just see what that's booted on, because it almost certainly won't be those timings that we keyed in.
Yeah, presumably it's defaulted to something safe. I'm going to see if any of these fans are any good. See if we can put some fans on that don't sound like a bag of nails.
Right. Zen timings. Zen timings. There you go. So yeah, so this is the Zen timings. And yeah, you can see it's gone to 2133, 1515, 1536.
Okay, yeah.
Sort of thing. So yeah. So that is not unexpected.
Are this RGB? Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And this
the RGB is worth another couple of points on your timings as well. I'm joking, it's not. I didn't sound sarcastic enough when I said that.
But yes, this Corsair kit is probably the one of the only ways of getting RGB.
RGB die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most of the other kits will be like this.
Yeah. Serious people don't have RGB in their computer.
Absolutely.
Right.
But of course, the other way round as well that you can overclock B die is by just frequency. So just a case of obviously leave it on the standard timings and then just change the frequency.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Doing it live.
Indeed. It's fine. As we demonstrated, there was sufficient thermal mass for it to take several minutes.
Yeah, I was amazed at how well that did with no cooling on it. What do the rotors feel like on that?
It doesn't feel wobbly.
Yeah.
It's clicky.
These fans also sound munted.
Oh, wow.
Just not as...
There is a very distinctive ticket at certain points on that.
Interesting. These guys sounded a little bit unhealthy. I'm just curious as to if that sound will amplify a lot by the time it's bolted down to something.
That sounds somewhat unhealthy as well.
So, yeah. Crucial and Corsair have lifetime warranty on RAMs. Most of their stuff, I believe so, yeah. I've successfully RMA'd a Corsair RAM kit that was a couple of years old. Wow.
This will probably have reset as well. There you go. Slowly increasing vibrational noises. I'm expecting this to be exactly the same. And to have reset. Yes.
All right.
It did.
Oh, shit. Still plugged in over there. This is fine.
This is fine.
Okay. Sysfan 2.
Yeah, it's entirely possible you might not get like
there we go.
anything out of these kits, sort of frequency-wise.
Right, we now have some fans that don't sound completely goosed. All right.
Oops. Oh yes, I'd like my ratio to be 35,000, please.
There we go. Right, 3200, 16, 18, 18 doesn't inspire confidence in this being good B-die. Yeah. This might, yeah. Although in a way, this is kind of interesting because it would demonstrate that just because you have B-die doesn't mean you can get good numbers. You might have the crap B-die.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And this would be a good example of what crap B-die looks like. If your B-die is on a 3200 RGB kit, it's probably crap.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go. He says just before it blue screens.
It actually set those settings. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Yep. Can you spritz some silicone grease onto the bearings? I don't know. Oh God. Are you seeing this? It's flashing on and off. Oh, that. Oh, that looks really unhappy. I've never seen a PC do that before.
Wildly unhappy.
It was like
overclocked power cycling.
The power supply was literally going on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Like, yeah. One of those fans is shot. All right, where do we live now? Stock?
There you go. No.
Right.
If I just walk that back to 3533,
So
we'll see what happens.
you're looking for 3533. That was an attempt at 3600. What timings was
Just
that with?
XMP timings.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we've abandoned the tighter timings at the moment, and we're just looking for higher speed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just seeing what it does,
Yeah.
basically. Oh, it posted. Yeah.
Okay. It's something. Enermax TR4 sucked. It sure did, but we managed to make one work, and it's working surprisingly well, except for the fact that the bearings in it are shot.
Just the level of noise it winds up to as it has 100% just as it starts.
Yeah. At some point, one of these, when we take it apart, I think we should just completely take the pump apart as well and have a look. Because remember when we did the NZXT ones and we actually took it apart right down to the impeller?
Yeah.
And the impeller was actually isolated. There was a plastic gap between the impeller and the coil, which was what made it waterproof per se.
Yeah.
And on something like that, I'm not sure how you could break a bearing like that. And so, but obviously they can break. I'm assuming that most AIOs use a similar concept where you've got the motor coils, then plastic, and then the water, a plastic jacket around the water, and the impeller is on the inside, just being spun by induction.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it might be possible that, it might be possible to have a look at that bearing and, again, maybe put some silicone grease on it to make it come good. So if we do get around to doing the other ones, I think we should actually completely strip one down and have a look at that just to see if it's possible to fix that bearing.
Yeah.
Let's see. What speed was that attempt at? 34?
3200.
32. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're actually nowhere at the moment then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going for a refit.
I'm swapping out the RAM.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I want to just get Windows to post.
Yeah.
To boot all the way through. Just because at least if I get Windows all the way through, it will at least stop being in recovery effectively. It's the bottom one.
Yeah, that'll be good enough at the moment, won't it?
Especially given all I'm aiming for is post.
Yes.
And then boot. Because the thing we don't know is if this RAM is even stable. We don't know if this RAM works.
That's true. We haven't actually tested it as stock, yeah.
Yeah. It was just a case of loading XMP blue screen there, so...
Yeah.
It's a case that I want to get Windows to restart.
Get Windows back into a good place, yeah.
And then I'll pull up Testman.
Yeah.
And just double check that it actually works.
As the GPU market holding 2060 Super for under £200. Not far off. I don't think you'll find. Yeah, I would be expecting £240 for a 2060 Super. That kind of money.
Yeah, there you go. That just posted.
Getting close to it.
So that's fine.
We're back into Windows, so we're just restarting again.
Restart.
Yeah.
Let that clear itself out. Let that recover.
$240 to $250 on eBay right now. Yeah, that sounds about right. So
and
yeah, we're getting there.
I would expect the RX 6600 to be under 200 now.
Yeah.
The 6600 XT was sitting at like 240 last time I looked.
Okay, right, so the Patriots are working at stock, so the platform is happy again.
Yeah, there you go. That's just rebooted twice, so that's good. Shut it down.
Cool. Capture with face cam. Oh, I say just as we're about to swap out the memory again.
orientate them in the correct fashion.
Is it worth using the Windows memtest tool? I have not seen the Windows memtest tool actually display errors before.
But I've also never used it on something that has errors.
Yeah, I haven't given it a known bad example.
Yeah.
I've heard other people say just it hasn't been useful, but I've not actually put it to the test myself. I don't trust it. And also, like, memtest86 is so easy to get set up. It's so easy to just download memtest86. It even comes with a...
Yeah, no, I think the RAM's faulty.
Well, let's get memtest86 then, shall we? Are you on XMP or stock?
That should be 2133 JDEC.
Yeah. Where the hell is memtest? Oh, it's over here. Oh, so it might actually be a faulty kit then.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, I just pulled out one of the modules.
Fine, no problem. What are we talking about? Oh yeah. So memtest86, you download it with a little exe that will make a flash drive for you and everything. Now it's so easy. It's just no point in using anything else, in my opinion. So yeah.
There we go. Looks like this module might be faulty.
Aha. Okay.
I'm just gonna spin up test mem.
I'm gonna have a collection of single modules of RGB RAM. We can match that up with the Trident Z.
Well, if it is lifetime warranty on the Corsair stuff.
That's true. I could RMA the kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I might not get a B-die kit back, but who cares? You know, it's like I didn't care about this being B-die kit. It's still just a nice 16 GB memory kit, which is what I'm more interested in.
There you go. As you will see, we're at literally 100% on the CPU and like 96% memory usage.
Cool.
Because test mem is testing the memory.
Groovy.
So yeah.
All right.
And I just quite like it because it's reasonably fast. Certainly on, what's this, 8 gigs? Yeah, 8 gigs.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a Windows-based memory testing tool then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I was not aware that this existed.
Yeah.
Obviously, this cannot test the memory that is being occupied by Windows, so keep that in mind. However, broadly speaking, like, it's good enough for confidence testing at the very least. Then.
Yeah. So, and just a case of obviously good starts to find it's been running for a minute and a half and there are no errors. Whereas with the other stick in, it couldn't even load Windows. So it certainly infers that there's a problem with this.
Yeah.
The other thing that's nice is it tests, as you can see from here, it's testing 160 megabytes times 32. It's just doing 32 threads of memory testing.
Okay,
as opposed to a single thread of memory testing.
Yeah.
So it can do the testing much faster, effectively, because it's testing all the cores.
Because memtest86, some of its tests are multi-threaded and some of them aren't. But yeah, memtest86 isn't particularly fast. That's certainly, that's certainly a criticism I'd have of it. It doesn't bother me too much because, you know, where I'm in a repair shop environment, you set a test to run and you walk away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not super fussed when things aren't particularly fast. Oranges, you can leave. I don't know what you want me to say, dude. So yeah, anyway. All right, so that seems functional then. So if we put the other module in there and this whole bench just wets the bed again, then it sounds like we've got a bad module.
Yeah.
Very well. Don't forget to link the WinPE. I don't have a link ready for it, Gordon Bond. So I can't do anything. I can't do anything for you today. However, as I say, it's my intention. Oh my days! Oh, it's because you changed display stuff. That's why the capture wet the bed. Yeah.
There you
So yeah, I won't have any Windows PE stuff ready today, but it's my intention to have a look at this tool so I want to make a video about it so I can actually say, what is Windows PE? What is this? What is it used for? How can you obtain it? Yeah. That's a video that I want to make using this tool. So yes, it's not ready today, but it's something that will exist. In the meantime, if you have a look around, there's almost certainly guides that already exist on how to make a Windows PE flash drive. But yeah, if you want to get my opinion on it, then stick around. I don't know when that video is going to be though, so if you want it today, do your own research. But I will be making content based on that just to talk about it. So yeah. Cool. Right. Is this the maybe bad stick?
Yeah, the probably bad stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, that's just died.
Yeah.
Okay. One more spin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mega dead, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the board reset. Yeah, and the loading failed.
Yeah.
No, sorry, as in it crashed.
Yeah.
The loader crashed.
Yeah.
You can see it just power cycled again. But it actually came up full screen that time.
Yeah.
So it must have loaded into a different chip.
Looks like it's going to make it to Windows this time.
No.
Never mind. Yeah, that memory module is screwed.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we don't even need to run memtest to know that then. So, okay. So it's interesting. So the PC that came to me that had the Crosshair Hero 8, the Crosshair 8 Hero in it, this memory kit and the 3950X, that PC was actually riddled with faults then, because it had a bad PCI Express slot and it had a bad memory module in it.
Yeah.
So no wonder the customer was building a new PC, because that PC was full of gremlins that he probably just, like, some of them he might have known of, some, like, he probably didn't know he had bad RAM in there.
Yeah.
Because if that module is in the second slot, then the chances are Windows...
Well, it would need to have been the fourth module.
Yeah, the last module,
Two kits, 4 total sticks for that to have been anything close to stable.
Yeah, maybe.
Because given that it was failing to boot a couple of times.
True,
with just 2 modules, it would have needed to have been in a 4 modules.
Yeah, maybe he just had it in, just by fluke, it was just in a state where it was running. But again, he would have had crashes all over the place with no known source.
Yeah.
And without systematic testing, that's the thing. There's no error for bad RAM, really. Just when you have bad RAM, your computer will just fall over all over the place. So yeah, fair enough. What are you aiming for now?
There you go, just to set those timings.
Fair enough. All Mobos like the first 2 and 4, and then 1 and 3. More or less, yeah. Anything vaguely modern will be use slots 2 and 4, and then 1 and 3. You have to go back pretty far now to find a motherboard which might be slots 1 and 2 first.
There are some X470 boards that are T-topology.
All right.
And there are some...
Is that the difference, T-topology?
As opposed to daisy chain, yeah.
Interesting, yeah. Okay, because there are different ways in which you can arrange the memory slots on the motherboard. There's daisy chain and T-topology, so that's the difference then. Most of them are daisy chain, in which case you use 2 and 4 first, but if you're T-topology, you use 1 and 3. Also, if you're on high-end desktops, so if you're using like X299 or Threadripper and you've got slots on both sides of the CPU, very, very likely that you have completely different memory topology there as well. So you would definitely want to check the manual in that case. In any other instances, that's not happy, is it? In any other instances, you would almost certainly be aiming for 2 and 4 first. And I think you've got to go all the way back to like a 2nd or 3rd gen Intel before you might find a... So is it reasonable to say that 2nd and 3rd gen Intel, when you might have been using 1 and 2, could those have been T topology, or is it just
they would have been? Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Basically, it's a case of it's to do with the signal path length, and having something unterminated.
Yeah.
At the end of the path, so that and that are effectively ends of the path.
Yeah.
For
hang on a sec.
that channel.
Sorry. Let's just bench cam with face. Just say that bit again.
Yeah.
While we want bench cam.
So basically, a case of you can see the slots here, and basically it's a case of this slot and this slot.
So 2 and 4.
Yeah. So 2 and 4, the ones you want to use, will be effectively the end of the daisy chain path.
Yeah.
And that
for
slot,
the 2 channels.
Yeah. And then it will be a case of that slot will have been wired up, then that one, then that one, then that one, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a case of you want to be on the end of it, so that the path is terminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it comes to buses and termination, this is like anyone who's ever encountered old style SCSI will also know that, like, if you were using SCSI cables for drives and stuff like that, you needed a terminator on the end of your ribbon cable. What this is doing is, if you've got a pipe with a cap on the end of it and you go ahoy down the pipe, you're going to get an echo back from the end of the pipe.
Yeah.
The same thing will happen in a wire. Basically, if you've got a high-speed signaling wire and there's something halfway down the wire, you fire a signal down, it's going to get to the thing, but also it's going to reflect off the end of the wire and come back again as an echo, which messes up your signaling. So ideally, you want your thing to be on the end of the chain, so there's nothing for it to echo off of. So that is why termination is important. And so, so if you have 3 sticks, where do you put stick 3? You don't.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At that point, because you've terminated the end of the
daisy chain.
The daisy chain.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually matter, and basically, it's a case of you'll just have a random extra stick, effectively.
Yeah.
If you're talking about 3-channel memory controllers.
Yeah, that's where I was about to go to.
1st gen core. The top end of 1st gen core, so like the i7 945.
Yeah.
That had 3 channels, so you had 6 memory modules total. Yeah, that's fine. You can't get any speed out of these at all.
Yeah.
They're potatoes.
Is that the good one on some different settings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the kit sucks and is also broken.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, on those you had 6 slots total, 3 channels. You still wanted to use like slot 2, 4, and 6.
Yeah.
Because you're using the end one of each channel.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, however, if you had 4 slots and 3 sticks of RAM, yeah, technically it's not going to matter, but also at that point you're running what I would refer to as an irregular memory setup, which is not going to give you optimal performance anyway. You're going to have weird stuff going on there. So yeah, it technically wouldn't matter. Ultimately, with memory, you can mix memory, but it's better to run a matched kit if you care at all about the performance of it.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean matched specifications in the sense of matched timing. It means matched memory ICs.
Yeah.
So you need to run B die with B die, or Micron with Micron.
Yeah.
Micron Rev E with Micron Rev E, stuff like that. So it's important that the actual memory chips are the same.
Soren just said, is it true your system is faster using 2 sticks of RAM or with 4? So yes, and
long answer.
Yeah, it depends. The reason why overclockers prefer 2 modules is it's easier to be stable with 2 modules than it is. All of these fans are buggered. Anyway, it's easier to be stable with 2 modules than 4 because there's less places that the signals can crash and reflect off of and stuff like that.
And there's just less load on the memory controller.
There's less work to do there, yeah.
Yeah.
So It's easier to be stable at high speeds with 2 modules, which is
by that-
why some people might say 2 is faster.
And to be specific on that, that's high clock speed. We don't mean speed as a metric of performance, meaning it's fast. We mean the clock speed, running at high clock speeds. So running your RAM at 3600, 3800, 4000, what have you, that will be easier with fewer modules.
Yeah.
The performance you have will depend on the number of modules, the number of ranks, the timings, the clock speed, the ratio of all of that, and it will very much depend on the situation and what you're doing.
Yeah, two slow modules are not necessarily faster than 4 high-speed modules. So
yeah,
there are more factors to it, but the reason why overclockers favour 2-module kits is because it's easier to get stable high clock speeds on a 2-module kit.
Yeah.
I also prefer 2-module kits because I often have issues with XMP on 4-module kits.
Yeah.
I have seen that often, and every time very often when I encounter someone these days who's having problems getting XMP on their RAM, they have a 4-module kit.
Yeah.
So in my experience, a lot of people want 4 modules because they want that all slots filled look, but the reality is they are just asking for more trouble with that. It may work. Don't get me wrong. It's possible to make it work. There's a 4-module kit in the YouTube rig at the moment, but also it took me half an hour to get that 4-module kit to post, and that's on Intel, which theoretically is supposed to be more stable. So yeah. What RAM is better, single or double-sided?
Double-sided.
There you go, double-sided.
Yeah, you want what you want if you are going all the way out and actually picking kits fully for that. You want 2 sticks, 4 ranks, so dual rank sticks.
Yeah, 2 dual rank sticks giving you 4 ranks total memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having more ranks in stuff that is like throughput sensitive will basically in every situation be faster.
Very well. Hello, Remoin. You join us very late in the stream, I'm afraid. I think we're almost about done. We're basically just getting the Patriot Viper modules back up and running, and then I think we're going to wrap up because we have determined that this memory kit is slow and bollocks and also broken.
Yeah, unfortunately.
However, we'll RMA it and get a free new kit from Corsair.
Yeah.
So why are there 4 slots then? It's because you can load them up.
Also
basically.
a case of 4 capacity.
Yeah.
Because if you need 64 gigs of RAM, having 32 gigs of RAM that's faster will still be slower than having 64 gigs of slow RAM.
Yeah.
Because you need the capacity. And it's a case of for those situations where you need capacity.
Yeah, pretty much. And theoretically, for basically all gamers, you're not going to need more than 32 gigs of RAM for the foreseeable future. So realistically, there's no point in modern motherboards having 4 slots on them.
I do wish that DDR5 had normalized single DIMM per channel boards.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we don't need 64 gigs of RAM at the moment.
Because that would have still given you 64 gigs of RAM in a consumer desktop.
Well, yeah, that's right. With DDR5, you could still get 64 out of 2 slots. Yeah, quite easily. So, but on the other hand, though, from a manufacturer's perspective, there's going to be people out there that are like, I want 64 gigs of RAM. I'm not going to... This board is bad because it can't do 64 gigs of RAM. And it's like, you don't need that. But people are going to put it on there anyway, because otherwise their board technically can't do 64 gigs of RAM, which makes it look bad, even though you don't need 64 gigs of RAM. But then also, there's going to be some people out there who are doing weird stuff, and actually, there are going to be people out there that are running a crap ton of VMs on their consumer computer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's why boards like this exist.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Stick the 4 DIMMs on the master board or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, either way, it doesn't really matter. But the long and the short of it is, 2-module kits. Generally speaking, 2-module kits are going to be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
It's also a case of why, if you buy a 4-module kit, it will be a slower speed.
Yeah.
4 match modules, they'll probably sell as a 3600 kit. But if they split them and sold them separately, they might sell it as a 3800 kit. Sort of thing. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. This thing is getting upset again. However,
yeah,
we'll get
I
it
set
there.
something and made something upset.
Fair enough.
Let's
See.
in a second.
Also, yeah, Sai says, what's next week? I don't know, actually. Oh, God damn it. You bastard. You know, you're...
What's next week? It's the week after this week.
You know it's you. You are next week.
Sai is the entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, Sai's hosting. He's just going to solo this next week. We're just going to sit off camera with a pint each, and Sai has to just solo the show. So,
just jeer wildly.
Yeah. It will be... what are the Muppets? The guys in the Peanut Gallery. I always forget their name. Oh! All right. You can run BDI in a 4-stick kit without compromising on speed.
Yeah.
Probably you're just going to have to work faster to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, work harder to get there.
Because I run two kits of these in my PC at home.
Oh, you do, don't you?
3933.
Yeah.
With crazy fast timings. I absolutely think I massively lucked out with the IMC on my 5800X 3D.
Yeah.
Just because I stuck that kit in there, bashed in the timings, and then just walked up the frequency.
Yeah.
And just kept going.
Fair enough.
It appears that, unfortunately, the Infinity fabric is not great on that CPU and caps out just below 2000.
Yeah.
But it's also a case of...
That's fine.
Wall.
I was going to say, if you're getting anywhere near 2000, you're doing all right, aren't you? So, yeah. Okay, then. Have you managed to get this up with the timings? Or
I don't know. That's what I'm about to see.
Fair
Probably not, because it restarted.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say, yeah, exactly. No, it's just reset.
It's killed. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
I have no idea what's gone wrong here, but it's fine. We
Stay
can't
there
fix
and
it.
ward off. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, then. I think we're going to wrap up because we're at the 3-hour marker now, and the only thing left to do is for Caradog to swear at this board for half an hour while he gets those settings to work again, which is not actually very entertaining to watch. So, I think I've enjoyed this conversation in English.
Absolutely.
Very well. Next week is Guest Week Special. So, yes, we will have guests. So it's going to be a mess, but it'll be a hot mess, and you're invited. That's right. You personally are invited to watch the stream. So, yes, thank you. Caradog will swear. Yeah, he does. It's more of a case of you can walk out the room and you can just hear him going, "Oh, what is this?" and stuff like that. That's normally the experience. And like if you look over, like because when someone makes an exclamation of disgust, it usually means they want to share their frustration. But you'll look over and you'll be like, "Yes," but he won't acknowledge. You have to actually be like, "What's the matter? Are you unwell? Are you haunted?" And he'll be like,
"Oh God, I thought you said, are you horny?"
No. I mean, that's your secret, Cap, but I've enjoyed this conversation in English. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Goodbye. If you want more of my face and my stupid voice, then I will be streaming on Twitch tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time, and I'm going to be streaming Ocarina of Time because I've never played... Oh, that spelled that wrong. I've never played through Ocarina of Time, and I'm going to do it. So I'm going to play Ocarina of Time on Twitch tomorrow.
Does that mean you'll learn how to use doors?
Yes, there will be dooring.
Excellent.
A lot of dooring. So yes.
And
yeah. Why don't we play multiplayer games with Caradog on Twitch? I mean, we would do something at some point if you're interested. We should collab more.
I considered the thing we were saying about we were going to do something. I think we said with Doom 2016.
Oh, okay,
we were gonna like speedrun it against each other or something. I remember us saying us racing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were both playing it a lot at the time.
Yeah. When was the last time you played through Doom 2016?
Played through it?
Yeah.
Oh, like 2 and a bit years ago.
Okay.
Actually played it like 4 or 5 months ago.
All right. Yeah, because I went through all the way through Dune 2016 a couple of months ago, so my memory is reasonably fresh, and you know, you're familiar enough. Basically, I just wanted to check if because if one of us had played it like last weekend, there would be an inherent advantage there. But I think we're both familiar enough with the game that it would be a fair fight. You know.
Yeah, I will get completely lost in. Is it the second or the third level, which is like the foundry, and you've got to unlock the 3 doors?
Oh, the foundry's not so bad.
I get completely lost in that every single time.
I want to race you then, so yes.
Every time.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll make it happen. We'll set up a Doom race. It'll be great. Very well. Right. Caradog does not stream on Twitch, so he'd probably we'd set up a split screen on my stream basically. Yeah, Caradog is a mysterious man of mystery who does not make content. He just goes on other people's channel and adds to the content. But yes.
I
mean, is that false?
I am pleased that I am viewed as an addition.
I see. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're going. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Good afternoon.
Toodaloo.
Good evening. Toodaloo.